What's up? What's up, Barry Sports? What's going on, man? I'm almost at my dang on 20 hour already, man. Dang, man. That's crazy. What up? What up? What up? What's up, Sawyer? What it do? What it do? Man, just a quick chat about this linebacker thing, man. It's tough. It's tough, man. What's up, Alan? Yeah, man. Listen, man. It's their luck, man. Sean Lee 2.0, bro. His NFL career over, man. Yeah, Sean Lee 2.0. His NFL career done. He won't be able to play next year. Dude, he injury prone. It's over. It's over, man. It's over. I promise you, it's over. You not coming back as a efficient linebacker after that. It's over. Snake bit the linebacker. Yeah, it's over, man. It's over. He won't. He can't. Since the injury in December, he admits he took 80. What up? 80. What up? He tore his ACL, MCL, and PCL. It's over. He's done. Listen, he's going to be a shell of himself. It's over. Nah, Nate, dog, we can't. 1980 was good with you, brother. Brando, it don't even matter. 20. First of all, he won't know. 25, no. The surgery's about to happen. He won't. Dude, do you understand the rehab process? Yo, I wish I had Corner in here right now. Do y'all understand that with Jason Garrett, it was hamstrings and backs. Now it's over 80. Now with Mike McCarthy, it's MCL and ACL. Bro, how many players 28? Like, bro, it's over. His career is done. He'll be a shell of himself. Worse than it is. It's over, bro. His career done. He'll never have that speed again. Yeah, it's over. He's done. He's done, man. So let's scratch the build around Overshown. It's over. It's over. It's a wrap. He's going to be. It ain't about that. Yeah, maybe he can play a no. God no. He can't run freely all over that field with that type of injury. Playing he fell out of position, getting him hurt. He doing too much. Doing too much because other men can't get the job done. Look where he was last night. He was all over the place. He was all over the place last night, making tackles because other guys couldn't do it. He had to go assist on it. Remember, 80, when you was on the live with me? He had to go assist on that tackle because the other dudes couldn't get him down. The man was all over the place. Tackles Micah Parsons was missing, he was getting them. Tackles, what that boy name? What that boy name? Diggy Zoo missing, he was getting them. Dude was all over the place. Dude was all over the place doing more than he should have been doing, man. And look what it cost him. Champ, what up?
What's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
It's all love, man. You on that clock?
Of course. That's why fired Jerry.
What we doing, man? Overshown is what we doing, bro?
Uh, man, Cowboys about to man, they got to blow this shit up.
Yep.
That's the bottom line. You got to blow this shit up. The fault, you know what? You know, to be honest, there's law because now that oh, give me 1 second.
All right. Okay. Go ahead. Take your time. You got to deal. You cool. I know you. I know you at work. Check out. If you're not subscribed to Cowboys Channel, please do it. He's a real OG original. I'm talking about knowledgeable man. Please, if you're not subscribed to Champ, do so.
Okay, so my thing is they gonna have to blow this up. Man. This law, I mean, because literally people have this false
Hey,
Cowboys.
you breaking up, Champ. You breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, they had this false talking about the victory, thinking that we can make it to the playoffs. Well, you just find out who the real Cowboys are. I guess a team who you could have won against, but the team is too unstable, unorganized. I mean, places they don't have the talent. They really don't. They just face it. This team, they do not have the talent. And just say they do make the playoffs. They won and done anyway.
It's over.
Even if Dak Prescott was
We not. Overshawn was our most sound and sufficient and our most sound and efficient tackler. It's over. Salute to you, Brando. Thank you for putting Champ's channel up there. Y'all subscribe to Cowboys Champ if you're not. We definitely go live on his page too. It's over. Is that the fact that we wasted some talent? Yep. Overshawn is Sean Lee 2.0. It's over. He's not gonna stay healthy. Y'all gotta think about it. All season he went down damn near every game.
yeah,
Almost
man.
every
I
game
mean,
he went down.
man, 'cause he was the only one doing anything. Because sometimes it was some games he would have a double digit tackles, forced fumbles, interceptions. I mean, this kid was doing it all. But then you got number 11. All thing he worried about is getting his sack number. Uh, All thing he worried about is pass rush. He's not worried about tackling. He's not trying to stop the run. He's just worried about getting his sack number so he can get paid.
It's over, man. It's over. He's Sean Lee 2.0. We need linebackers. Priority just changed. You need linebackers. Your best tackle was a linebacker that was all is over. His career over. At his position, someone who has to burst as soon as that ball is snapped. You messed up one leg, now you one knee, now you messed up the other one. He's done. You know what type of repair this is, bro? He's done. This is like not being able to afford a new engine, so you just putting parts on it to keep it going. If he wasn't an athlete, he would have to get a prosthetic knee. He would have to get a fake knee if he wasn't an athlete, but he can't because he's an athlete. He needs his real one. Back to relying on Micah. That ain't gonna get us nowhere. You see what did he record? What did he record the last game? I need to look at his stats this past game. Abdul Carter, he'll be gone. He'll be gone, bro. Unless we give up somebody like Micah, Abdul Carter will be gone, bro. He won't be there. I would love him, but he's gone. Okay, here we go, y'all. Michael Parsons, this game right here, no tackles, no sacks, no nothing. Michael Parsons recorded 0. The guy that y'all say generational, the guy that y'all tell me is generational, recorded 0.
You kidding me, man? That even one tackle?
Michael Parsons recorded 0. Michael Parsons recorded 0. Listen, 0. He recorded 0.
And he had the nerve to walk off the field like he's the one did everything on defense to help us win or lose, whatever.
0. I'm telling y'all, we need linebackers. Michael Parsons can go. He recorded nothing. The guy that y'all say generational against that offense, against that team, recorded nothing. And I saw on Twitter last night, Parsons giving this boy the business. I don't know what's wrong with these Cowboy fans, man. He wasn't giving him nothing. Do y'all see this? Y'all look at my screen.
You know what? I did a little short last night. Parsons walking out. He was talking about. I said, look at this.
Look at my screen. This looked like my grades my senior year before I graduated. This what this looked like. Look at this. 0 everything. But this the guy y'all talking about generational. But we need Parsons against Cincinnati. He couldn't do nothing. 0. Look at this. Man, this disgusting. This embarrassing. Why would you pay for this? That offensive line was scrubs. They were scrubs, and my boy couldn't do nothing. Look at this. Man, y'all better get away from talking about Parsons. Man, get rid of that dude, man.
You only got 11 tackles?
He said even Lamb had a tackle. I know, right? You two talking about Precious almost a sack like we were playing hand grenades. Even Lamb had, he did. I had no idea what they were thinking with that worst block. Bro was sliding and ripping the ball. Bro was getting out of everybody's way, man. And then Parsons gonna walk off the field for the game over as if he was a big part of us being up. Boy, you ain't recording nothing. You could have left at the first quarter. Why would it matter? You recorded 0 stats. You could have left first quarter and then won the chain because you didn't record nothing.
And man, you know what? I got on OD last night. It was me, Oshan, and Eshan and Savage. Savage said that Parsons, he was Jackson for Eric in the first quarter.
He wore hands on the knee. 1980. What's up?
What's up, man? What's up, guys? I saw your video earlier, Champs. Made a lot of good points. I decided to jump in here real quick before dinner time. Pay my respects to you guys.
Yeah.
So what's up, man? Where we at?
I'm just asking for everybody else's opinion on where do we go from here. Like, this was the most sound linebacker. Hey, we were just talking about this last night, praising him on the live.
We sure was.
So what do you do? What do you do from here?
Well, if I can, real quick, I kind of broke it down on my live stream earlier. I don't know if you guys saw that. Okay. This is a prime example of why the Dallas Cowboys they don't know how to utilize the talent that they have at the right position. I use the analogy, you can't, if you got a 4x4, that 4x4 is designed for off-road activity. That's what it's designed for. You can't put a Honda in the mountains, in the forest, in the tough terrain, because you're gonna fuck up the axles and all that shit. All these players that staying hurt all the time, that's a wake up. That's a cheat sheet on how the Dallas Cowboys are not utilizing the players. Overshown is a great talent. Is a great talent, guys. He was a monster, a beast, whatever you want to call him. But I think the fact that he was playing out of position is the reason why he's getting hurt all the time. Overshown is built like a safety. He's not a linebacker. It was cool, it was exotic, and it worked for a little bit until you tried to put that car, you tried to keep that Honda out there in the tough terrain, in the mountains and shit, where the 4x4s go. You get what I'm saying? Overshown is a great talent. He can play linebacker at times. But I feel like if Dallas Cowboys would have used him correctly by like they did Darren Woodson, he reminds me of Darren Woodson. Darren Woodson was the same way, but he stayed at strong safety. They just put him in the box. They're not using these players like they should be. That's why they're getting hurt. And Micah Parsons is next. If we don't get rid of him, he's gonna be next, man. They're playing out of position. It's something about them. It's something about them and speed that they're really in love with. It's like when coaches leave, they still on that same formula. See, Zimmer was supposed to get in here and make changes, but he didn't. He did the same shit that Dan Quinn was doing. Mm-hmm. And I get it. I get it. You want hybrid players. You want guys that can play multiple positions. But look what it's doing to their bodies, man. They not designed for that shit, dog. When I played football, I was at corner. That's where I stayed. I wasn't alternating at linebacker and safety and all that shit. My body couldn't handle that, dog. I was a 4.26 all through high school and college, arena football, whatever. And I was always 180 something pounds, dog. I'm only 5'9" and a half. My body is not designed for anything else but wide receiver, slot receiver, like what's my boy Turpin? They used me like Turpin on offense, and they didn't put me on the outside. Your body can only do what it's supposed to do, and that guy was all over the field last night doing everything. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time for that water pump, that radiator, that fuel pump to go out, them axles to go out, because you're trying to put a fucking Honda in the goddamn mountains and shit. They don't know what the hell they're doing, man. I don't get it. And I'm not gonna say too much because I said everything I just said. I said in my live stream earlier. I don't want to take over anybody else's time, but that's what it is, man. I get he's a talented guy, but he should have been playing strong safety. That's where he belonged. But I didn't want to say nothing, man, because everybody was so sold on him being that linebacker. Oh, he's good. He's doing this. He's doing that. But I knew, just like Micah Parsons, I knew it was just a matter of time. And when these guys are going to start getting hurt, I knew it. And Father Time is undefeated. Now they done got this man hurt, and he a dog. His career might be over with, man, because y'all got this dude out of place. Because y'all getting paid all this money to get these dude to end this dude's career. They got paid for that shit, dog. And all Jerry could say was, oh, well, he could go around this shit, still trying to sell false hope. Say, man, that dude, bro, that dude does not fucking care about any of those players, man. Because if he did, we wouldn't be in the situations we in now. If he cared about his business, if he cared about the organization, if he cared about winning like he did back in 89, 90, 91, whatever, we'd be in a whole better situation than we in now. Then that dude don't care, man. That dude don't care about Overshown, man. They use that dude up, man. Just like they use Zeke. Just like they using Michael Parsons. They using these guys, man. Trying to sell. They're trying to sell tickets, man. They don't care about nothing else. And that's all I got, man. I got to get out of here, man. I'm sorry, man. I just had to get that out there, man. But I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue to watch the show, man. I'm gonna stay in the comment section, guys.
Okay, appreciate it. Danny said,
all right, bro.
What's up?
You found a link today?
Yeah, I got sent it today. I never got sent it last night.
Nobody got sent it last night, but they still came in.
Oh, I didn't know you were on. I didn't get like the notification over the phone. Yo, I swear to you, last night I jumped on with OG and Eshan. you could also go to the group chat. I said in the first quarter, I said just what 1980 said. It's in the group chat, in the group text. I said, yo, I think our safety's on the field and we don't even look it. We're overlooking it. And I said, Overshown. I think Overshown should be our safety. And what have I been saying about Overshown since he's come to Dallas?
Too small.
Yeah, I want him bigger. And he doesn't look like a linebacker. He has a slender build.
Yeah.
Slender build. And ironic, I said that last night in the first corner. And ironic, he blows out his entire knee. But I said it on OG's chat, and I asked OG and I asked Eshawn, and I gave my 2 cents. I'm like, yo, I think our safety is on the team. We just not using them correctly. Or if we were going to leave him at linebacker, I just wanted him to put 20 pounds on him because he's 6'4", 6'3". It's like, and on the Micah thing, like last night, they said during the broadcast that Zimmer is giving Micah Parsons the freedom to line up wherever he wants, which is the correct way to use him. So when a quarterback goes under the center, he should have to look for Micah Parsons to see where he is. But where's Micah lining up? He's lining up at edge 90% of the time, 80% of the time. Micah's lining up at edge. Why? Because edges make double the money that linebackers do.
Mm-hmm.
He's not stupid. I mean, last night said everything. Zimmer said line up wherever you want.
Wow. Man,
yep. So I said that several times last night.
Yeah, but I mean, now linebacker is a crazy need now. You can add to the list of this April's draft. And honestly, I don't think we're going to see Overshown to 2026. There's 4 games left, and he shredded his knee. Yet our fan base is delusional. They're like, oh, he'll be back next year. I'm
no,
like,
he won't. Todd Archer just said it. Mike McCarthy said himself that Overshown will possibly miss 2025 because of the surgery is so late in the year.
Possibly, you're not going to see him in 2025.
He's not playing. No, he's not playing next year.
Not.
These fans, they almost make me not want to watch this team, bro.
It is, and like it's just a joke that they think he's going to be back next year. He's not. They should just let him rehab and then try to make a comeback in 2026. But the problem I see with him is when you have a linebacker that his specialty was speed, and now he's had 2 knee surgeries. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, he's not going to be as fast as he was. And now we're going to put him at safety? Or at least, listen, he could put on another 20 pounds from now until 2026 training camp. He can add another 20 pounds. But like I said, I don't think they know what they're doing. They just don't, And also, too, like, we have 4 games left. At what point are we going to shut down our other key players? Because do we really want to lose anyone else? The 15th, like the 14th? We have Carolina, Tampa Bay, and then I think the Redskins, then Philly. Do we really want to lose anyone else this late in the season? But then you might as well scratch them off the list for next year. So I don't know, man. I mean, what are we playing for at this point?
Why the heck does a guy like Michael Parsons why is he always tired? He was heathen yesterday.
Bad trim, bro. Bad trim.
Bro, he was hands on he was heathen like a bro.
He was like that in the first quarter. The first quarter he was tired. And how many games did he miss with the high ankle sprain? At least 4.
He was like 4 or 5. Yeah, he missed some games.
So what's his excuse for wearing down this year?
You know what? I'm thinking all those all those 330 plus guys, their heads on that 240-pound body, taking this toll.
No, I agree with you, champ. I do. But if Zimmer's telling him to line up wherever he wants, and let's be honest, I think this year, and Mike has been more effective rushing up the middle. He, you know,
I'm
so
sorry.
you know, he's lined up where he wants to. So who we got to blame him at this point? You know, or honestly, we got to tell the coaching staff, you know, blitz his ass a linebacker. Just move him around every single play.
And you know what? That's what we've been talking about ever since last year.
You know, like do you? No, go ahead.
I told people, if you want to know how to play Parsons, go look at his college highlights. They move him around. That's the best way to Parsons. But at the same time, your defensive line is not built to help him out either.
Yeah, you're right.
We don't have those times. As a matter of fact, the defensive end way about what? 235, 240, maybe 250?
Yeah, no, they're both small. No, I agree. It's our drafting. It's you know, I want 270-pound edges. It's just I've said it a million times. Micah is not a full-time edge to me. If you want to bring him in as a 30-down pass rusher, yeah, I got no problem with that. But I'd rather see him at linebacker. Listen, Abdul Carter from Penn State, he's Micah 2.0. They tried moving him to edge this year. He was my linebacker 1 in the summer, and he's still my linebacker 1, Abdul Carter. They tried moving him to edge the first 3 games, and it just didn't work. He was being chipped, dealing with offensive tackles, getting chipped by tight ends, running backs. They had to move him back to linebacker, and then boom, he has 10 sacks, you know. And I'm saying, I'm bitching, fighting with the Penn State fans. I'm like, haven't you guys learned anything from Micah Parsons in the NFL? Abdul Carter's not an edge. He is just throw his ass at linebacker, move him around, and blitz. But unfortunately, I don't see that kid getting out of the top 5. To be honest with you.
Exactly, Nate Dogg. Went up against backups and recorded nothing. Don't give me this Michael Parsons crap, bro. He didn't, bro. No.
0 tackles, 0 sacks, a few pressures. It's like I honestly question also too. Like, does he have a lung problem? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I mean, or is he just? I mean, eat some edibles instead of smoking so much. I just don't know. Listen, these guys are the 1% best athletes in the world. How are you tired in the first quarter? I got a better one for you. The game was on that final drive of the game where Cincinnati scored. Micah was on the sidelines part of that drive. How are you on the sidelines for a drive that's deciding the game? I never saw Charles Haley do that. I never saw, DeMarcus Ware do that. I never seen Tony Tolbert do that. Daniel Stubbs, Jim Jeffcoat. I didn't see Dallas's stars of the past do that. But it's the fourth quarter. Listen, I'm glad we lost, to be honest with you. For a better, because I'm a draft guy, and we have a better draft pick. But I mean, dude's tired.
We're gonna lose the last 4. Don't worry.
I don't know. The Carolina game scares me. Unless these dudes just be like, you know what it is? A lot of times too, a lot of these young guys, the young cats, they play hard because a lot of them are free agents. So they're auditioning themselves for the 31 other teams. So sometimes they play hard. Either they're going to play hard or they're just going to shut it down. Especially after what happened to Overshown. I honestly, at this point, and I even text this in the chat. When are we going to take our stars out? What's the purpose of Lamb playing right now? What's the purpose of Trey Smith playing right now? Do you really want to see one of those guys go down? What's the purpose of Diggs and Bland? What's the purpose of them out there? Ferguson, Micah, what's their purpose? Why not just throw the young guys in there? Why is it Trey Lance getting some experience?
Right.
Why? Why you drafted Deuce Vaughn, but yet Dalvin Cook was active last night, and bro, the guys had like 20 yards the entire season. Like,
Who,
why
Dalvin
not?
Cook?
Yeah,
But
I don't even
Dalvin Cook was active last night?
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Deuce was inactive. It was Rico Dowell, Zeke, and Dalvin Cook. Why? Yo, play all these young guys, man. See what you have. Because you're just auditioning Cooper Rush for the 31 other teams. He's a free agent. Do our fan base really think we're going to re-sign Cooper Rush and Trey Lance? They're both free agents. There's a chance they both could walk. And then, we're back with Will Grier. But it's crazy. If you look at Will Grier's tape in college, they called him touchdown. I know you said he started down by you in Florida, and he did. At West Virginia, like one of my good friends, a good friend of mine was playing, he was tight end at West Virginia when Will Grier was there. So that year, 2018, I watched every single West Virginia game. They called him Touchdown Jesus. Will Grier's college tape was better than Dak, Cooper Rush, and Trey Lance combined. He went round 3 to Carolina, but I mean, he hasn't panned out. But then again, we've never ever seen him with Dallas's ones. We've never seen Trey Lance with Dallas ones. But what do I know, bro? I'm just an idiot.
Yeah. I just know we need a linebacker now. And I don't care with Parsons playing the way he's playing, Overshown gone. But that quarterback up there can run all over the place. Bryce Young about to run all over the place. And who's gonna stop him? Parsons couldn't stop Joe Burrows.
Yeah.
He couldn't even stop Burrows. Can't wait to draft Gentry. That'll fix our run defense and run blocking. I know, right? I don't know why people think that. I don't know why that Gentry ain't fixing nothing.
Gentry is like 2 inches taller than Deuce.
He ain't fixing this team, man. This team ain't, bro. Bro, you looking. It ain't even about no Super Bowl talk. It ain't about no playoff. This team is depleted. They're bad. You got a quarterback next year that's terrible. You just lost your best linebacker. Trayvon Diggs got cooked all night by Jamar Chase. He got cooked. Actually, Jamar Chase was cooking him and Bland.
Yeah.
So Trayvon definitely got told. Trayvon ain't the same. Bro, they done. Gentry is a first round Scatterbro. You mean Scarborough?
Yeah. No.
Oh, no. You talking about, my bad. Who was Skatebo?
From Arizona. He's a running back.
We not getting, nobody want Gentry?
Scatterbo is a white kid. He's a more I was pumping a kid last year, Carson Steele from UCLA, and he went to I think he went undrafted free agents to the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's getting like all the number 1 votes for fullback. Scatterbo is a more athletic version of Carson Steele. He's like a white kid that can move, where Carson Steele was more of a banger.
I got to go.
All right, champ.
All right, man.
It's listen, man. We're like 2-3 drafts away. It's like,
bro, Detroit is emerging.
Yeah.
Like
nobody.
You know what happens. These young teams, they emerge. Kansas City did it. Now Detroit is doing. They emerge. We are done. This team is, bro. We're at the bottom of the barrel, bro.
You know what concerned me too? Why was Udoka starting last night over Guyton?
Agreed.
And they say, I heard, I don't know if it's true. I heard Guyton had an ankle problem, but if that's the case, why is he playing special teams? So he only had a little bit of an ankle problem? Like, it doesn't make sense. That's concerning.
That's it. Yeah, our window done. Them 12 and 5. Those it. Those were the windows.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, 100%. The windows are closed. Steel was getting destroyed.
Oh my God.
Steel was.
I'm back on the let's lose train, y'all. I thought these fools was gonna start winning, so I didn't care. But I'm back to it, baby. Let's lose.
Yo, the crazy part is we could have lost our last 3 games in a row, and we'd only be picking 9. That's how many bad teams there are.
Oh, NFL stink this year.
Yeah. We'd only be up if we would have lost the 2 games we won, the Giants and the Redskins. If we would have lost them and like we lost last night, we'd be picking 9 instead of 12.
And we've been talking about this on the channel forever, Nick, dog.
Yeah.
We are always lying about injuries. NFL need to do an investigation. We always talk about that.
Yeah, well, think about it. Austin Richards was on the roster because Tadoga was hurt. The second Tadoga got healthy, they put Richards to IR, brought Tadoga up, and then he's playing over Guyton. That's a bad sign, man. I'm sorry. And so, I mean, we have no defensive line, legit. We need a left tackle. We need 2 defensive tackles. We need 2 defensive ends. We need 2 running backs. We need a linebacker. We need 2 safeties. Like, this team just has so many needs. And the odds of hitting on all these draft picks is just, it ain't gonna happen, man. If we hit on 3, that's a good year. It's 4 of our picks are in round 7. And it's not a great draft, to be honest with you, compared to other years. But I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised you see, honestly, Jones trade back and try to get more picks. But it also is going to depend, too, on whatever. We'll see what comp picks we get. But we're so many players away, man.
So many needs, man. We good at QB. No, we're not.
No way. He never should have been signed. And that was one of my complaints. My complaints was, what's the purpose of giving Dak a $300 million, whatever it was, a $260 million deal, when it's going to take 3 years to get to the players around him? And that was one of my complaints.
I can't get over Duke and putting to sleep for a tattoo, man.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I can't get over that.
I lost a lot of respect for him and supposedly the Joneses were pissed. Because listen, let's be honest with you. Anything can happen when you get knocked out. I know a guy, he went for shoulder surgery, which was very minor. And he went under anesthesia and bang, he suffered a heart attack and died right on the table. And he was getting shoulder surgery. So basically, the shoulder surgery was a success, but he died. And you get knocked out on purpose to get a tattoo?
What's called that? You remember the show Martin?
Yeah.
You know the guy that played Tommy? The one that had no jaw, the big tall bald head one.
Okay.
Yeah, he went for knee surgery. God.
Yeah, man. Anything can happen when you go under. And you're gonna go under for a tattoo, bro? Come on, man.
I forgot we don't have a 4th round pick. No, we don't.
We don't. We 2 years in a row we ripped up a pick.
Don't forget about the Trey Lance. Wasted. Mingo. Like y'all, Jerry, it's bad, bro.
But do we blame Mingo? Do we blame Mingo on Jerry, or is it McClay and Stephen Jones?
Oh, Jerry don't know who a Mingo was. That's Stephen Jones and Will McClay.
I'm blaming Mingo on McClay and Stephen. 100%.
Hey, so that's okay. You can agree that you just what you feel about Dak. I go by what I've seen. I don't know what other people go by. I go by what I've seen. Yeah. And he can't get it done. That's all I go about. Like, that's it. Good at QB. I don't know what he's talking about, man. I don't know what he's talking about, Vaughn. The dude, Dak gonna do the same thing every year. He's gonna do the same thing.
in the next 3 to 4 years, how can we reproduce the talent that Dak has had around him?
Oh my goodness.
Des Bryant, Jason Witten, Amari Cooper, Lamb, Michael Gallup,
Ezekiel
Tyron Smith, Frederick, Zach Martin. How are we going to be able to reproduce that for a rookie Zeke? How are we going to be able a Ferguson? How are we going to be able to reproduce that for round 2? And just more excuses, more excuses. I joke around. Dak could have Michael Irvin, Randy Moss, and Jerry Rice, and yet still be excuses, man.
Let's not forget before Ferguson, Don Schultz.
Yeah. We're going to be able to reproduce that in the next 3 years? Come on.
Never had to have a talent again.
Never.
But you can't tell people that. You can't tell. They always talk about he need help. Remember, this dude has had so much dang old talent.
Like, the question I asked, a couple of weeks ago to the dude was sounding like an AI machine. If Dak was on the Chiefs last year, can anyone last year name me any one of the Chiefs wide receivers last year? How many games would Dak have won? Dak's winning 3-4 games last year on the Chiefs team. Dak, yet I don't know if you noticed too, Dak needs it seems like Dallas for some reason always needs to go out and spend first rounders on the offensive line, which I'm not against. But why are we the only team in the NFL that has to have 4 first rounders on the offensive line? We can't develop anybody late. You know what I'm saying? It's, and basically, why does Dak need 3 number 1 picks at wide receiver? Nah, man.
No. Dude had one of the best offensive lines assembled, man. Dude had Big Tyron and Big Ron Leary right beside him. And beside Ron Leary, he had Travis Frederick. Beside Travis Frederick, he had Zach Martin. And the guy who I didn't appreciate, and I'm going to mention every time, Doug Free. I didn't appreciate you enough. I'm sorry.
And you had rookie Zeke, Des Bryant, Witten.
Yes, you had Witten. Man, please, give me a break, man.
We got to get – that's why I left. People say, we got to draft. And we have a lot of fans that are like, we got to draft a wide receiver first round.
Y'all sleeping on the last place schedule. Dak excelled at 10-win season next year with the first round exit. The exit win were out of their primes when Dak was starting.
Listen, next year, Redskins are going to get better. Redskins are
what
a
are you
young
talking
team.
about? Banks, don't go. What's up, OG, what up?
What's going on?
What's up, OG?
Much, man. We done lost Overshown. What we gonna do, man?
Now,
OG, last night.
I don't know what you're gonna do.
OG, last night. Do you remember, in the first quarter, when I asked the question that I think our safety's on the field and we're overlooking them and Overshown? I said, remember I asked the question, and because 1980 brought that up before, just not big enough for a linebacker,
Well, you're gonna have to draft somebody now because to replace him.
Well, fortunately, there's some big linebackers in this draft. On the bigger side.
He'll make it back. He probably start a bit later on. Probably around probably about October, November. He'll be ready.
Who?
Ready for what? Overshown?
You're not going to see Overshown 26.
Overshown won't play. He's not playing next year.
They already said he's not playing.
Yeah.
He ain't playing. In my most humblest, honest opinion, I think his career is over. I I think his career over.
Sadly, I agree with you.
I hate this. I'm just serious. You don't have that many injuries. You just had a bad knee injury 2 years ago,
And now you have another one.
and this one is worse.
This one's all three ligaments, and your forte was being speed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. His forte wasn't banging between the tackles in the running game. It wasn't. His forte was blitzing and coming off the edge and the outside run. That's why I said, like I was saying, like, yo, and people don't realize Overshown was a safety at Texas. He played everything, but he had a lot of safety reps at Texas. But what do I know?
He said he was injury prone at Texas as well.
Yeah.
Uncensored, what it do, my boy?
What's going on, brothers?
Not much, man. What we about to do about this linebacker position, man?
And this team is a fire sale right now, man. I think Overshown's career is probably over, and you can't count on him even if he does come back. He is not going to be. That is a complete knee reconstruction.
Yeah.
This in the 90s would have been career ending. This is Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
This right here, any time outside of the post 2010, this would have been the end of a player's career.
Wow.
And we don't have a linebacker on this team.
What's up?
We don't have a safety. We barely got a damn corner. I mean, I have no idea. ACLs used to be rare and career ending. And now it's like every week you got 3 or 4 ACLs. What the hell has happened with these players
What was Trayvon Diggs' injury?
ACL.
Yes,
In practice. Non-contact practice.
What was Terrence Steele injury?
ACL.
I think a lot of it is because these guys go into the season not in football shape. They only allowed to hit like 11 days at all of camp. And we all know we don't really play our starters at all in preseason. So there's shape and there's football shape.
I would be very curious to know what is the training camp routine, because I remember players used to go do like ballet and all of those type of things during the off season to keep their limbs and their tendons and their muscle fibers lean and flexible.
Yep.
And I think all they do now is focus on straight line speed and powerlifting.
Yeah.
And they want them bigger and faster. They don't care if they can cut left and right and all of that stuff anymore. They just want power and speed.
Herschel Walker was big in ballet.
My boy.
Herschel Walker was big into the ballet.
Arsenio made a good point. As for back in the day, even pre-2010, this is automatically your career over.
Yeah.
Your career was over with ACL. Like, you never came back, and they even thought you would be remotely close to what you want.
Yeah.
Right.
In the 90s, teams just moved on completely from you. Oh, he's got a knee. He's done. Career over, move on. They never even got a chance to come back.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with quarterbacks and rotator cuffs. Up until Drew Brees, that was the end of the career. It ruined that one kid that used to play for the Bengals. I forget his name. But he was one of the first good quarterbacks that got a rotator cuff. And that was the end of his career. Forget who he was. It was back in the 80s.
80s. Trying to think. I don't even know.
He's done. Like I said, my opinion, I hate to say it, but he would never be right. He'll come back a shell. It'll be embarrassing.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get a contract from nobody. It'll be bad.
Yeah.
And sadly, he was on his rookie contract, which means he don't have that life-changing money. He was not a first-round draft pick. So he's probably a couple $1 million. I don't know his contract. But after taxes and agent fees, and he got to pay for his own off-season conditioning and food development and all of that stuff, he probably don't have that much. Outside of they pay for their own supplements and everything.
Yeah.
That is not included.
Hopefully we're not going to see him in 2025. he makes a comeback, hopefully in 2026. And
But we
look at
already
it.
know this is the same thing. I ain't gonna cut you off, but
Yeah,
this is the same thing. The wide receiver, what was his name? We just
Michael Gallup.
Gallup. He got injured around this exact same time,
Yeah.
and they
No,
forced. This is significantly worse, but he got forced back before training camp, and he was never the same player.
Yeah.
And Gallup was 50-50 ball.
Yeah, at best. Listen, I would let him make an attempt. I would let him Overshown make an attempt at a comeback in 2025, in 2026, and if it doesn't work out, he's your linebacker coach. You sign him you hire him as a linebacker coach.
If I'm Overshown, I don't step back on the field without a contract because that's year 3 right there. Year 3 is next year for him. He tore his ACL year 1. This is year 2 for him. Year 3 is next year. He should sit that whole year out. So he's coming back at the end of his contract on year 4 with no security, with 2 bad knees.
Would you really pay a guy though with two knee surgery?
I wouldn't pay him, but if I was a player, I wouldn't get on the field with no security either.
No, I agree with you.
I've given 2 knees to this team. Both of my knees I've given to this team.
All right, but
as a player, that's how I would look at it. As an organization, I would move on.
And I agree with you 1,000%. But look at the way Jerry did Marion Barber dirty. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like Jerry picks and chooses who he wants to take care of.
I was just about to say it depends on if he's part of the good old boys club that Jerry loves. If he's part of the good old boy club, he gonna get a contract. Just like he gave a contract to Dropfoot. When everybody knew that he was not. Listen, I used to say if he flailing his arms around, that means a tight end and got a pass on him, and he's chasing him. Because that's all he used to do is flail his arms.
Yeah, the Jalen swipe.
Yeah. And I was listening to you guys earlier. Sorry, I was in a meeting, but with the Micah Parsons at linebacker, Micah Parsons cannot play linebacker. I get that everybody wants it, but Green Bay attacked him at linebacker because he cannot cover. And as a linebacker, you cannot blitz every single play. So you're going to have 4 down linemen. That means Micah Parsons has to play linebacker in coverage every now and again. And if Micah Parsons takes 1 step back away from the line of scrimmage, whoever he's covering, I'm throwing the ball at him. He is lost in space.
Then we have to trade him.
You have to. You have to fire sale. Everybody on this team right now should be up for sale, including Aubrey, who might get you the most draft picks. He's the biggest weapon that they got.
Not Brando. Uncensored.
Yes, sir.
What the heck is going on with our DBs, man? Hey, Al Harris got to go, man.
I tried to tell y'all.
Careful now.
I tried to tell y'all Al Harris got to. This dude gave up a 40-yard pass at the end of the game, and then gave up a Hail Mary type of play in the Redskins game.
Al Harris got to go, man.
The special team coach needs to be fired. Everybody knows that when a punt is blocked, the first thing you do is put your hands up to the sky and run towards the sideline. Why are you chasing?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Why are you chasing a punt at the end of the game, a block punt, and then 2, that damn kick return, onside kick return was successful, but that was another special teams fuck up. You're supposed to catch that ball and go straight down. Because if one of them blew him up and got that ball back, you probably lose the Commanders game. And the Cowboys find all the time, I've said it for years, they find the back of the rule book penalties and plays. I've only seen this touching a forward kick after a block done by Dallas 3 times. Dorrance Armstrong against the Redskins.
Yeah.
We just had it against the Bengals and Let. Those are the only 3 times I've ever seen touching a forward kick after a block.
You would think they would have did a class on it, be like, stay away, hot.
Only the Cowboys.
That's coaching.
That's bone. OG, what you mean? Calm down. Al Harris ain't, man. What has he done, OG?
Well, he only got a little to work with. little to work with. Old
He has
players.
$200 million corners.
He got no.
He got your
Lewis is washed up.
league
No,
leading
no, no, no. Lewis.
interception.
Go ahead, OG. Go ahead. OG, we can't hear you if you're talking.
Yeah.
He might be.
Yeah,
He
we hear
got
you. Go
internet
ahead.
problems.
Okay. You got Lewis, who's washed up. You got you got um, you got Bland, who just came off ACL injury, and then you have Diggs, who just came off ACL injury. Those are your two starting corners who missed half of training camp, and then to trying to get their legs from under them. You know,
OG.
you when you look at this, you got players that's got knee injuries already. They forcing them out there, and then they get out there and play when you are injured. When you trying to get them legs ain't strong. Them legs, them kind of injuries takes a year and a half to get back. So
OG,
they
you
rushing them.
playing on your phone?
I'm on my earpiece.
It sounds like you're running at the same time
Yeah,
you're
it sounds
talking.
like you're jogging.
No, I'm on my earpiece. I'm walking. I'm on my earpiece right now.
They're hot lot lizards.
OG,
Yes.
Um,
So are you saying that the players make Al Harris better, or Al Harris is incapable of
no,
developing
it's the
players?
injuries. It's the injuries. I think if Al Harris get a new set of corners, at least get two corners in this draft, and I think that'd be better because those guys, man, they need better offseason. The offseason workouts, Bland and Bland to go to corner. Need to go to the slot. He's washed up because he got cooked um, by the receiver from Chase. He got cooked by him, and then they couldn't have nobody to stop Chase last night, so they got cooked.
So what's the
And the
excuse
point,
for the safeties then? Hooker,
who
Wilson,
got cooked
we
too?
don't.
No, who got no. Hooker got cooked too. Hooker got cooked. So there's no excuse for Hooker. He's been around. He's been around here for a while, and it's just eating up money, and that's what they've been doing. So apparently there's a problem eating up money, and they're
So
doing anything for the guys.
what's the benefit of having Al Harris if he can't get the best out of these guys?
Hey, you just got to start over on your secondary. You got to draft you a good
And
safety.
you start with the secondary coach then. If you got to start over your entire secondary,
No, no, no,
they
no.
gave
You
him
get
two
somebody that
corners this
belong in
past
the league.
draft. They gave him
No,
Carson and Orwale.
garbage, garbage. Low
He's
rent corners, low
he's got to
rent
develop
corners
them.
with no low rent corners with no hip move, with no flexibility.
You
You
can't
know,
have all
so
pros everywhere, brother. You got to develop these
you got
talent.
to. Well, you got to it nowadays. And nowadays you got to.
What?
So
I mean, that's the same
nowadays
secondary
you have
coach that
to.
got Butler as our fifth cornerback before he got hurt. They had him behind Diggs, Bland, Parsons, and Orwale. You got Butler.
Well, you can try to blame everything on how Al Harris all you want, but
I'm just
I
saying his
already put it up
positions
in the.
that he coaches playing bad.
I already put that what's going on with these injuries. Them the injuries take a
It's
year and a
not
half to come
injured.
back.
They are not injured.
Them
Trayvon is
them
not
injured
injured.
garbage. Trayvon garbage. You can tell him where he playing on that leg and try to come back. You can tell what's going on with him. It's not looking good for Trayvon. So you know they need to rest up, get back in the weight room, and then get their get strength back in their legs, and then go back to the drawing board
So
and let Lewis go.
we giving grace to
Yes,
Al Harris because his
yes,
positions are hurt. Why?
yes.
But you're not giving grace to Mike McCarthy because the
He's
whole team is
garbage.
hurt.
He's garbage.
You can't
He's garbage.
Goose
Get out of here.
Gander. If you cut Mike
Nah,
on a year where all his teammates and all his team is hurt,
nah. You get rid of that fool. You get rid of that fool. He done lost
this
the
is
team. He done lost the team already. You get
this
rid of
is
that fool.
what
He done lost the team already.
you latching on the players and coaches that you want to support, and they can get the grace, and the ones
Now
that
they
you
need to
don't
go ahead.
like, you send
They
on.
need
Okay.
they need to go. They need to go ahead and put Al Harris at defensive coordinator. Let him work the
What?
linebacker coach. Yeah, he
What
got
has
on
he
somebody
done that
black.
gives him defensive coordinator?
Oh my God.
Everything. Yeah, that's what you do. You know. But like I said, hey, I'm just a fan out here looking around and seeing what the weaknesses are in the secondary, and I got torched last night. Chase. You know, he torched the whole secondary, and you can tell. See,
And Al
all
Harris
this
did
big
no
contract.
adjustments.
Yeah,
And his
Diggs
best
is on
corner
a
is hurt.
$90 million deal.
His best corner is hurt.
He's not hurt
right now.
Cowboys corner, what's up,
No,
brother?
Butler.
What up? What up?
What's up?
Butler
What's
hurt.
up?
Butler hurt is what I'm saying.
So Butler the best corner now?
He got to be because the way he played a couple of days ago, a couple games ago, boy, he looked awesome out there, boy.
You mean to tell me this defense be getting torched, and you want to put Al Harris, the defensive coordinator, over Mike Zimmer? Like over the whole defense.
I'm trying to tell you, man, this fan base is crazy.
Oh my!
They latch on the players and coaches, and they go to bat for them. And the ones they don't like, they want to get up and out of them at all costs. Out here is objectively his position, and the defensive line coach, offensive line coach, and the secondary is the absolute worst on the team. Those three coaches should have been. The offensive line coach should have been gone because we ain't been able to have a run game since Travis Frederickson had to retire. Which leads me to believe that Dak Prescott is not able to make line call adjustments, and they're still teaching BB on the line how to make those adjustments.
All right. Before we continue that conversation, Corner, let me come to you. What's your thoughts and everything on Overshown being gone, and what would you do as far as that position moving forward?
No, man, we got you can't replace Overshown. You know, you just can't replace that type of that talent that's there. I mean, he's all over the ball. He brings the energy. Like that guy's the leader here on the defense. I feel like, you know, we got a young guy who finally got his first NFL sack in Marist Louisville. All right. I think we got to play 35. We got to see what he's about. Over Damone Clark.
Okay. Would you drop the linebacker next year early?
Oh, yeah, you have to. Kendricks probably won't be here if Mike Zimmer ain't here. Overshown's probably going to miss next year. You might trade Micah Parsons this year in the offseason, next year in the offseason. So, yeah, you might double dip at linebacker next year.
Okay. Me and you've been saying this for years about Bones Fossil. And then last week, whenever that was, that old boy scored that kick, that onside kick. You told me you didn't like that.
Right. Yep.
And Uncensored just agreed. He said you fall on the ball.
Yeah, you fall on the ball.
Right. So last night when they is that coaching? Is that something you teach? Like when they, you got to tell your players what to do in those situations, right?
Yes and no. He's an NFL football pro.
Yeah.
We knew the situation at home. That as soon as that punt is blocked, you yell out block and you find the ball and you get the hell away from it. That's how I was coached at a young age. That is straight up player. That is not coaching. That is player, because 10 other guys didn't try to go touch that ball. Only one player did.
Because it went forward, right?
As soon as that ball was blocked, I'm sure they yelled their cue, blocked or whatever it was, right? That means you look for the ball, you get the hell away from it. Period.
You just
Only one
run
guy.
to the sideline. Don't even worry about it. Run to the sideline.
One guy ran to that ball. That is not Bones Fossil's fault. Period. That was a bonehead decision on a young player. And that's karma from that damn watermelon kick that we got from the Falcons in 2020. That was instant karma right there.
So you don't think that was Bones?
Not at all, because 10 guys didn't try to go get that ball.
I can guarantee you that was never taught in practice. Not one time.
But you don't have to teach something that's common sense.
Common sense isn't.
This guy is an NFL football player. He's in the professionals. He's in the National Football League. They say if this was high school, then yes, you say that they didn't teach him. But this guy went through Pee Wee. This guy went through high school, college, and the NFL. You mean to tell me no one taught him how to do that? That is not Bones Fossil's fault. Absolutely not.
That is high school special teams introduction 101.
Thank you.
Corner said, not corner. 80 said Leon Lit.
Yeah, that's a good example too.
Doris Armstrong.
He said, Peter, get the heck away from the ball. Get the heck away from it.
Anytime we blocked a punt, everybody put their hands up, celebrated, ran towards the sideline. We didn't care where that ball bounced after that.
Right. We didn't care at all.
But I think that goes back to you got 53 people trying to play hero ball. Just like that kick return during the Commanders game. That's hero ball. Get down and end the game. He thinks that he can catch the ball and make a play.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I get what you are saying. But I don't think they were like, and maybe they did. I don't know. I'm not in the locker room.
That's not coach. That is a team mentality that everybody thinks that they can be a star and make a play. Instead of just following, you play your role. The kick is blocked. The play is over. Get the hell off the field.
Right. That's it.
The same thing with that onside kick. You recovered it. Get down. The play is over. In the game.
In the game. That's right there.
You don't need to don't try to make a highlight.
Yep.
Yeah, that ain't on Bones Fossil at all.
I don't think that's not coach. I'm telling you right now, there is not one situation where he told them we're gonna simulate a block kick that past the line of scrimmage and you go grab it and
right.
I can see if there was 1 second left on the clock and the ball is still bouncing around and the clock is running out. Well, you got nothing to lose at that point in time.
True.
So that is how what was the Thursday night game I think ended, where it was 8 seconds left or something like that, and they high kicked it, and then it bounced on the ground for 2 seconds and the clock ran out. But that's not coach. I can't blame the coach on that. That's just ignorant, dumb players.
Yeah. That's ignorance. You're 100% right. Because any average fan, a bench warmer would have known what to do in that situation. This is an NFL pro. He should have been cut immediately. Today. Yep. He would have woke up and not had a job.
Yep. His salary is not that bad that you can't make an example out of him. That you're not going to tolerate.
Dude,
you're not going to tolerate dumb, selfish plays.
It blows my mind that he's still on this team.
Zeke is the only one this year that had any penalty for anything that he's done. And that was way too long. But dumb penalties, dumb mistakes, I can imagine
the game single-handedly.
I can imagine the bullshit that's going on at that Star on an in and out day-to-day basis, because the lack of discipline throughout the week ends up being lack of discipline on the field on Sunday.
Yeah, that's just a stupid, dumb move. It really is just dumb. I mean, Savage knew what to do. Fifth quarter knew what to do. Eshon knew what to do. I don't know who this gentleman is, but he knew what to do. Like, that's not coaching, bro.
You don't know who? Uncensored?
Oh, that's uncensored? I don't see no name.
He forget me once a month. That's all.
I don't know his name. There's not a name.
Bro.
1980 knew what to do. That was a dumb move.
It's just unorganized. Because it doesn't matter who's the coach. We've been leading the league in penalties for how many years? That's
since Bill Parcells left.
It doesn't matter it doesn't matter who's the coach. Million penalties.
Yeah. Because lack of discipline and accountability throughout the week leads to lack of discipline on the field. Dumbass back of the rule book mistakes. They pull shit out of like the 1970s NFL rule book. They figure out a way to lose the game with it.
Right. Remember that Remember when the long snapper picked up the ball? And that shit hasn't been called in like 40 years?
I'm telling you, the Cowboys are the only team that's like,
He
how
moved
did
it
the
a
ref
little.
even know? How did the ref even know that was a penalty? I haven't seen that penalty called in 30 years.
Right. I think it was the Eagles. The Eagles coach told the refs to look out for it because that's what he did. He did the same snap. It was God, what was his name?
LP Lotasaur.
LP Lattisaur. He did the same move for 12 years. And they called him one time on him.
15 years.
You know who
Well,
was
at
real
that
good at
time
that?
it was 15. At that
You
time
know
it
who
was 12 years.
you know who was real
You're
good at
right.
that? Bill Belichick was very good at making sure that he was knowledgeable about every single rule, and he pushed every single one of them to the period of that rule.
And you know what blows my mind? Mike McCarthy did it to us on the Des Catch No Catch.
Yep.
He asked the refs 1,000 questions before he threw that challenge flag to make sure he manipulated the ref into knowing what was a catch and what wasn't. That was before New York looked at anything.
He put the doubt in before they even got underneath that hood.
Yep.
Yeah, but that was an away game, and we all know Dallas never gets calls. We got to, especially playoffs, we got to beat a team by double digits because if it comes down to less than a touchdown, it's always the other team's always going to get the call. We're not going to get a call, especially on the road. And yeah, it sucks, man. That was a catch, man. Every
There
single
you
day
go,
of the
y'all.
week.
After recording no stats, there you go on this podcast.
I'm sick of him. I'm just so
After
sick of him.
recording nothing, there he go.
What happened? I'm out of the loop.
He's doing his
I just
podcast.
told
Parsons
on
is
his
doing his
podcast.
podcast.
He recorded no stats last night, but there he go.
He should be doing some cardio.
And these people on YouTube and on ESPN and all of these networks talking about Parsons had 9 pressures. I don't give a damn about pressures. That's almost deflecting a pass. That's almost getting an interception. That's almost getting a sack. Almost what you see.
And he was going up against a rookie tackle. He was up against a rookie tackle.
I mean, I would be curious if anybody knows how many games Parsons has recorded 1 or less tackles per game.
Amarius Mims from Georgia. He's a rookie. He went up against a rookie last night.
I had a second round grade on him last year.
And I think the Bengals have given up the most sacks this entire year. Yeah, I think the Bengals have given up the most sacks the entire year. And we got 1, I think. I think they got 1.
Brown's hurt. Their offensive line's banged up.
When you got an offensive line as bad as the Bengals, and you claim you got this star pass rusher, and you got Overshown blitzing with his speed, why wouldn't you put your cornerbacks in press? They're playing 10 yards off.
Yeah,
and getting beat on slants. Chase, you could have put 3 Cowboys on him, and he would have probably had 2 less catches because they couldn't cover him.
Yeah. Dude got 4 games this year where he recorded 1 or 0 tackles, man. 1 or less. 4 games, man.
This year or total?
This year.
I think he only played 7 games.
Giants, 1 tackle. Bengals, 0 tackle. Texans, 0 tackles. Eagles, 1 tackle. That's 4 games where he recorded 1 or less.
And this is going to be the highest paid defensive player next year. This is your highest paid defensive player next year.
Yep. That's crazy.
4 games where he recorded 1 or less.
Those players do not disappear in games. Those players do not sit the final go-ahead drive and take plays off the field. Parsons throwing a fit on the sideline. You shouldn't have been on the sideline.
Oh, my God.
The fastest I seen him move was when the game was over and he ran off the field.
He left before the game was over.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That was the fastest.
That's that clip I just showed. There's some explaining why he did it. He was a piece of crap. Cowboys corner, what is we doing about these DBs? What is going on? Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry. Listen, I hate Dan Quinn what he did in that game, but he had these guys playing a lot better. Dan Quinn had these guys playing a lot better. He worked better
Just
with
go
what
ahead.
he had.
Go ahead and say it, Fifth. Give it to me. Say it.
And it still remains to me, bro. Mike Zimmer are just way too late for me. He just waits too late to adjust to what's going on. I'm not even talking about halftime adjustments. I'm talking about in-game adjustments right then. He let them drive the whole field before he do something else. The man is a blitz machine. He loved the. I don't like that style. Last night we was in so much cover 3, and I know that because not corner. 80 was on my show. We was in so much cover 3 last night, and it was not doing our cornerbacks no good. They was getting burnt. They was out of place. They bumping into it. It was not working. Cover 2 and cover 3 was not working for us. Jamal Chase was having a field day, and Mike Zimmer just let it go on and on and on and on, bro.
Well, the problem with that though was we couldn't sack Joe Burrow. The only player that touched Burrow last night was Micah, and that was like at the end of the third quarter. Joe Burrow, you gotta give him credit. The dude was avoiding all kinds of pressures. Your secondary, if they're in zone, they can only cover so much before it breaks down. And that's what happened most of the damn game. That's why I was so damn pissed. I was like, we got to hit this guy. The secondary can't cover it. I mean, we got T. Higgins over there. You got Jamar Chase. They got a decent tight end. Like, what the fuck? We have to get pressure on this dude and hit him.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. When like, and we was on live, when Overshown was QB spying, Joe Burrow was contained. When he was QB spying, which only was a few plays, Joe Burrow was contained. Why did they go away from the QB spot? Why did they stop? Why did they let he started blitzing? And we started and they started driving. Man, we was on live last night. 80 was like, bro, they finna drive this whole damn field.
Well, shit, I was okay with the blitzing because you ain't getting to him with 4 man.
You got no choice then about the blitz. You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz.
Yeah, 100%. Because 4 guys weren't doing shit.
But this is what I'm saying. When we don't live, they like, bro, they finna drive this field. They done found holes in this dang on cover 2 and cover 3, and I'd be dang if they didn't drive that field to go and score. How this whole field, you didn't make no type of adjustments. What I'm saying is, when Overshown was spying Burrows, it wasn't as bad. But they went away from it.
How many times did the Cincinnati Bengals punt? I really don't know. It's a serious question.
I don't even know, brother. I promise I don't know.
Notice, I think in the second half, Cincinnati got their running game going with the kid Sidney Brown.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true too.
That's why
we had it going. Rico looking good, but what Mike McCarthy do? Went away from it.
Yeah, he did.
Rico looked like a whole tearing it
Rico
up.
Rico was playing hella good, man.
He was playing good.
He averaged.
He finally got his rhythm because they finally started feeding him.
At the corner, you can have 5 yards to whoop that wide receiver, but in man press coverage, and they don't take advantage of it. Do it. Nope. It was just looking bad. Listen, I'm not trying to crap on Mike Zimmer. It's just his in-game adjustments. Just they're so late. It's like he let the offense see can they get the same play right 4 or 5 times before he tried. I just don't like that. I don't like that, man. And it wore them guys down. They was playing them dang on 10 yards off because they didn't want to get burnt. And the only thing them boys were doing, oh, you can play back there. Let me do this comeback real quick. Oh, let me do this cross. Let me do this shallow cross. Let me do this slant. Like, it was just, man, I don't know. Them adjustments, man, and don't give me this Al Harris crap, bro. It's safe to say Al Harris was just a shadow of DQ last year, bro, and just good talent. Bland just had a good year, and the other guys just, I don't know, man. I can't give it to him because now that Dan Quinn is gone, it's almost like Al Harris ain't even on the coaching staff unless they show him on the camera. That's just how I feel at this point, bro. That's just how I feel. I'm cool. I'm cool on Al Harris, bro. I'm cool on it, man.
I mean, last night was basically just 2 bad teams going up and down the field all night long, which happens a lot when you get 2 bad teams. And that's really what it was. It was a tough game to watch. Let's be honest.
It looked like the XFL.
It was like watching. It was brutal.
Another part of making early adjustments is you keep their offense from getting into a rhythm. When those receivers start seeing that ball coming in and they catching, next thing you know, everything that's thrown their way sticks to them like glue. You got
Yeah.
to make the adjustments to keep them on their toes. But when they sit up there and they can get these 5-yard slants and these quick outs and stuff like that, they get into a rhythm. The quarterback hitting the back foot, ball coming out. Joe Burrow sliding around the pocket. Mix it up. If they're going to shift over and put focus on Parsons, have Parsons slide out, cover the flat. Bring the linebacker off the blind side. This saying you letting Parsons pick and choose wherever he wants to play, he is not that player. He is not that player where he can just go out there and tell the next player, Gosen or whatever, to slide over, I'm taking your spot. He is not that player.
Yeah, but he's not a full-time edge either, so I don't know what we're going to do.
He's not. I mean, he can be a blitzing linebacker, but I'm telling you, if he take one step back off that offensive line to cover a tight end, I would throw to the tight end every single play.
Every single time, 100%. That's why I didn't want him playing. We had debates on this show about Parsons being a full-time linebacker. I said, absolutely not.
He cannot.
No way. No, his cover skills are complete trash.
Green Bay dogged him in the playoff game. Dogged him. He looked completely lost.
His rookie year, his speed and his hunger to wanna play good bailed him out on many plays. His rookie year, he's not a traditional linebacker. What he's doing here, like, and I said it this offseason. I said you have to play Micah on second and third down. That's the only times you play him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real with you all, and it make me sick to my stomach to even say this. Man, we probably would have won a few more games with Dak, man.
I wouldn't say that.
Listen, Cooper Rush is just bad.
The problem is that Mike McCarthy's offense has no down the field. Everything is short.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. What was the game that? What was it? What was 2 games ago? As soon as they started throwing the ball past 15 yards, they went right down the field and scored. He threw three passes. One pass was a pass interference, but that's what happens when you throw deep and these DBs get lost. They start grabbing it, holding it, and when the ball is in the air, they panic. But if you don't ever throw the ball deep, you don't take advantage of those opportunities. We lost an entire game to Oakland, to Carr, against Anthony Brown, where he just kept throwing the ball deep, and Anthony Brown just gave him like 4 pass interferences that game. It was a Thanksgiving game like 6 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, man.
You got to have an offense that stretched the field.
I just don't believe. Listen, y'all know me. Y'all know how I feel about it, but I just don't think this is our record. If the starter, if Dak playing, I just don't believe this is the record. I'm just keeping it real, man.
Probably worse.
Nah, man. I think we sneak in a couple, bro.
Dude, Dak was having red zone turnovers. Dak was making stupid ass mistakes.
Listen,
over and under throwing people.
All right, Fifth. What game does Dak win that Cooper Rush lost?
I think we have more points last night for one if Dak is playing. I think we have more points because that defense. If they kept feeding, I think Dak would have fed Lamb a lot. Lamb had 70 yards and a touchdown. They completely went away from him.
And you might have 2 more. You might have 2 more interceptions.
First of all, I think. Go ahead.
First of all, the red zone mistakes that Dak never fixed. We've had red zone issues since Kellen Moore left. So when Cooper Rush is down there going 0-2 in the red zone, Dak Prescott's still going 0-2 in the red zone because he that's his trend since Kellen Moore left. I mean, I like the talking point, but I don't know. No, because I mean Dak's footwork was off. Like, maybe this reset, this injury is probably a blessing in disguise for Prescott because he can get back to the basics. He has to rehab that leg with the surgery and stuff, and maybe he can work on that footwork a little better because Dak Prescott's footwork was absolutely garbage this year.
It was, but I do think last night you probably look at Dak playing. I think you're looking at CeeDee Lamb, probably 2 tubs and 150 yards if Dak played yesterday.
Yeah.
And you probably got 2 more interceptions.
I understand, but I'm just saying, bro. I just don't think that Cooper Rush it's been a trouble. Prescott's a better quarterback than Cooper Rush.
I agree.
Well, he should be.
I really think he should be. Pull out a few Cooper Rush. Play Trey Lance, man. This is pathetic.
Well, now you will. Now that you're eliminated, now you look at Trey Lance.
Right.
I agree. What do we give up the fourth for? It doesn't make sense. I'd be playing all the young talent. Do we really want one of our
anybody you willing to trade should be benched. Anybody you trying to look to trade should be benched. Because that's the last thing you need to do is a talent that you can get a couple picks for, because we need a shit ton of picks. We need a lot of picks this draft.
But I'm going to be honest
with you. Hey, but we got Mingo.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. In my opinion, this is a below average draft. So I don't know if this is the draft you would want to have a fire sale and have a whole lot of picks with a below average. There's probably going to be like 10 first round picks that have grades.
I would accumulate picks this year and then trade them off for picks for next year, and hopefully trade and get even better picks for the next year. I would start accumulating picks this year.
100%.
And then during the draft, I would continue to make more draft trades to accumulate picks for the following year. Because this is a 3-4 year build.
Where they fucked up was extending fucking Dak. And they know they fucked up.
So what you got to do is you have to kick the can down the road, kick these draft picks down the road until you can get to the point where you can get rid of Dak.
Yeah, you're going to have to build up those draft picks, get rid of Dak, because you can't sign anybody. You have to build through the draft that year you kick Dak out. Because your salary cap is going to be fucked.
And this is the crazy part, is I think that Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott is the exact same quarterback, right?
100%.
Minnesota didn't go, who we going to replace him with? They shipped his ass out, and they got Sam Darnold in, who everybody thought was a bust. But everybody keeps saying, well, who you going to replace him with? Who you going to replace him with? There are quarterbacks out there that can get you damn near the same record as Dak Prescott. But maybe they're a little bit better in the right moments. We know what if Dak Prescott eyes are as big as saucers and he's sweating a river, that game is lost before the first snap is taken. You can see it in Dak Prescott eyes when they do the warm up and they zoom in on his face. You can tell today ain't the day.
As soon as you see that one interception, that's it. Games, there's going to be a second coming. It's like he just falls apart mentally.
And then they zoom in on CeeDee Lamb, and CeeDee Lamb looking at it like this bum-ass motherfucker, man. That's exactly how CeeDee Lamb look every time Dak throw interception. They zoom in on him, and he's like, again?
Yeah.
And it's the same read mistakes over and
Here we
over.
Go. Hey, corner. I'm going to come to you first, then I'm going to go to Savage. Go ahead.
Who else could the Cowboys get? Oh my God! Then we just
say, answer. I'm not gonna answer. Y'all go ahead.
Oh my God!
Let corner go first, and I'll go second.
First, corner.
Man, I'm tired of the same talking points, man.
All right, then I'm gonna go. Des Bryant, Jason Witten, rookie Zeke, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, rookie Zeke. I don't even know if I said that.
Ronald
Gallup, Ferguson. How much? So this is what Dak has had. You honestly think we're going to be able to reproduce that a second time? Any other I can name 10 other quarterbacks with that talent. We would have had a ring. has had. Yeah, he's had it. And what did we get out of it with him?
Patrick Mahomes just won one with less.
Jack shit, man. It's a joke. And even if we're lucky enough to accumulate that talent again, it's going to take 3-4 drafts. And his contract is over, and he's an old man. It's a joke when people say, "Oh, we got to get him help." Come on, bro. Why is Dak Prescott the only quarterback in the NFL that needs 3 wide receivers that are first-round draft picks? Why? He's the only quarterback that needs 3 first-rounders on the team.
Look at that comment.
Yo, so. Are you telling me you didn't watch 2016, 2017 football? Is that what you're trying to say? That Dak Prescott got an instant success team in 2016 and benefited from the damage that Romo had to take behind those crappy offensive lines for all that time to where his body broke down?
We actually had a running game with a young Zeke. Ran him into the ground.
They say you listen Romo team. They said, where's Dax?
They try to say Dak didn't take any snaps with those players that he just listed.
He said, well, if the front office knows how to get involved in free agency, this wouldn't be a problem, right?
We don't have the money to get involved in free agency.
What I've come to realize is there's a lot of people that watch football. There are very few people that know football.
Yep.
These people don't know what the hell they're talking about. It's just flat out. You can watch a play, they can't tell you the coverage that they play. Like I play football, so I can tell the coverage assignments. I can tell when somebody blew the coverage or who it was on. I know when Diggs has the under route and the safety's supposed to play over top. And they'll blame it on Diggs when I know it's on Wilson.
Yeah.
There's very few people that get on these YouTube and stuff like that know football. They talk football, they watch football, but they don't know football.
But you just can't argue with a Dak supporter.
Yeah. It's because these people latch on to a player and they will ride and die with that player. Every other player on the team can get smoked by Dak. This is insane.
I agree.
If Minnesota would have said, who's going to replace Kirk Cousins? They will still have Kirk Cousins looking like the Atlanta Falcons. Instead, they said it's time to move on, and they would get Sam Darnold, who's bounced around the league since he left the Jets, and he comes in with the exact same weapons that Kirk Cousins couldn't get done, and got them at the top of the NFC.
Yeah. No.
So was it the quarterback, or is it Kirk Cousins didn't have weapons?
You got to prove to us you ain't sports junkie. You got to get in here and turn your camera on. We need to know you ain't sports junkie with a fake account. You is not at no work. You is not at no work. You is not at work.
And like ride or die, I can understand if the quarterback has gotten you a couple rings. You know what I'm trying to say? You want to latch on to him. But the Dak has done jack shit for us. Yeah, our fan base rather see Dak Prescott win an MVP than win a Super Bowl. Danny White went to 3 straight NFC championship games as a Dallas quarterback.
And Zeke was never suspended for a year. What are you talking about?
And he's
this is what I'm talking about.
He's considered a bum. He's considered a bum. What has Dak Prescott done? And Danny White was a punter too. He was the punter and the quarterback. Went to 3 straight NFC championship games, and our fan base calls him a bum. Yet Dak Prescott is on a mantle, and he's won jack shit.
It's crazy.
I'm ready.
Go ahead.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Go ahead, Corner. Go ahead.
I'm gonna mute up.
Where was Dak Prescott's team? Did we just not go 12-5 3 years in a row? Did we not just have a number 1 defense 2 years in a row? Have we not had guys like Michael Gallup, C.D. Lamb, Jake Ferguson, Tyler Smith, Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons, Leighton Vander Esch, Damone Clark, Stephon Gilmore, Brandon Aubrey, right? Have we not had that? What about C.D. Lamb? What about Tyler Biotish? What about Trayvon Diggs? What about Kevontae Turpin? Huh? Did we not have any of that? Oh, I'm not done yet. What about Lyle Collins and Zach Martin and Tyron Smith? What about those guys?
He wasted all of them.
What about Tony Pollard, Amari Cooper, Dalton Schultz? Remember that guy?
All
do.
Pro Bowlers. All Pro Bowlers.
Yep.
What? I mean, what do we do? What are we saying here? You don't go 12-5 with a shitty team 3 years in a row. Romo never did it. Let me say that again. Romo never did it. Feel like they babied Dak Prescott more than they ever done for Tony Romo. You know how I know that? Because Dak's never had a losing record. So tell me where you build around a quarterback that's never had a winning record. You mean to tell me they haven't done shit for Dak? If it wasn't for Brendan Aubrey, if it wasn't for Brett Maher, if it wasn't for Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott wouldn't have as many comeback wins as he fucking does.
Yep.
So you're going to tell me that they never built around that? Fuck out of here.
In my entire life, Dak Prescott is the only quarterback that I've ever seen the fan base break down his interception. Oh, this one was a tipped ball. Oh, this one, the wind was coming out of the west at 7.2. Oh, this one was, he had pressure coming into his face. Yo, an INT is an INT. Just like a defense, a sack is a sack. Our fan base, our content creators that are just fucking, snake oil salesmen break down Dak Prescott's interceptions. Then they have the nerve to compare Dak's interceptions to Peyton Manning's interceptions. You can't even have them. There's a saying, you can't have somebody in the same sentence. You can't even put those two guys in the same book, let alone sentence, paragraph, man.
This definitely sports junk.
Johnny Woods, this is a dumbass comment.
This definitely sports junk.
Because Romo got the same smoke for his shortcomings as Dak. You have to move on. You cannot ride these dudes into the wheelchair.
Yeah.
You got to realize, listen, you got 4 tires on your car. Do you ride those fuckers until you see the belt? Or do you see the tread is gone and then you go buy new tires? You don't wait till you got a flat on the side of the road to put new tires.
I'm not a Romo supporter.
So we're going to ignore Dak playing well against Seattle and Tampa Bay in the playoffs. I'm just saying it's not all done.
Tell me what Tampa Bay was rated.
Man.
Tampa Bay's secondary was rated next to garbage. So let's just keep praising. Everybody and their mother knew that we were beating Tampa that day.
Yep.
There was no surprise. Cowboys weren't the underdog. Cowboys were supposed to win a game. So kudos to Dak Prescott for finally winning something when he was supposed to, because you can't say it's happened a lot.
Nope.
And this is the crazy part, is that you celebrating Seattle and Tampa. Dak has been in the league for damn near a decade.
Yep.
And you propping up Tampa Bay, that was the oldest team in the league that year. Tom Brady barely throw 20 yards because his arm strength was gone. And that's the game you want to hang your hat on?
You talk about guys that want a new quarterback for the team. Y'all holding on to Dak. Don't try to say you're a Cowboys fan. No, you're not. You love Dak Prescott and you don't want to move on. You're afraid to.
He's
He's
a player fan.
Listen, let's be honest, man. Dak cannot win the big game, regular season or playoffs. He falls apart mentally. It happens in life. There's many jobs out there, even boxers, fighters, MMA, soldiers. When shit gets hairy, they fall apart mentally.
Hey,
said it before. Dax, I think a lot of his big game problems are mental, because it's just he makes mistakes.
Look at his eyes. You can tell it's mental.
100%. He has the deer in the headlights look, and in big games, he makes rookie mistakes in big games. It's like he closes.
If my quarterback had eyes like Dak Prescott, I'd get some smelling salt and wake his ass up.
Hey, Corner, do you know off the top of your head roughly, or are you able to see what is Dak Prescott record in division and outside division. Because he's built his reputation on owning the NFC East.
Yeah, that's 1,000% facts. 100%.
But I don't think his record, especially against the AFC. I know he has a losing record against the AFC because we get curb stomped by Miami, Buffalo, all of those teams all the time.
Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders.
Dak is made, and then the Dak fans say, "Oh, but you don't say that about Tom Brady feasting on the AFC East." And
Tom Brady is not a cowboy quarterback. I don't give a damn what he does.
No, but my response is Tom Brady won 6 Super Bowls in the Patriots. So Dak has feasted on a shitty NFC East, and he's still got us nothing. So listen, man, you can't argue with a Dak fan. Plain simple, man. You can't.
It drives me nuts when they try to. I don't care what another fan base does about another team. I want the Cowboys to be successful. I root for the logo on the helmet, not the name on the back of the jersey. Now, whoever is taking snaps from quarterback, I want them to be successful. And we stuck with Dak, so I hope he can get us there. I just don't see it.
Dak is 28 for 34 versus teams who finish above 500, including playoffs.
I knew it.
I've said that for years. For years.
I knew it.
Even the 12-5 teams, years in a row, we beat nobody.
Y'all two had it when early on when Corner was saying bring McCarthy back because he did 12-5 in 3 years and nobody else has done that. When you first started coming on my live, Savage, you were like, shit, who has he beat though? You were saying earlier who he beat.
Nobody.
He really didn't.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate for Corner. Corner argument was that when you re-signed Dak, you had to bring back Mike because they were tied at the hip.
Yeah.
But Mike, I've been telling people for 2 months, Mike McCarthy's gonna be back here next year.
Yeah, I can see
and now
that.
the media's been latched on the last couple of weeks that Mike McCarthy's gonna be back. I'm telling you right now, Jerry Jones only thinks that this is a down year with injuries. And it's just one of those years where everything went wrong. He's going to bring back Mike.
He did it to Garrett after 3 8-8 seasons.
Yeah. But now you see him getting like an extension, like a 4 or 5 year extension, or
you have to. You can't do another year. You're going to have to extend him 3-4 years, and if you cut him, you just going to have to eat it. You can't extend him for 1 year.
So Dak is 33-8 in the NFC East.
He's made his career off of beating up on the Eagles
and
Commanders and Giants.
So what? Hey, someone get a calculator because I'm not good at math. 76 minus 38. What is that? Anybody? 76 minus 38.
It's 38.
Wow. So, dude, what's 46 minus 8? What is that? 38?
38.
Yep.
So he's 500 against teams outside of the NFC East.
We beat nobody the last 2 years.
He's 500 out of teams outside of the NFC East.
You know, and it's crazy because Dak went 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, and nobody said he needs weapons.
Right.
And when we lost,
he
500 outside the East.
Those same weapons made him an all-pro quarterback last year.
And when we lost bad. It's like we didn't lose close games. We got blown ass out last couple of years.
Yeah, he's passed stats against the losing teams. They get down big, and then he does garbage time stats. And when you look at the stats in a box, it looks like he had a good year. But if you just watch a game and you never see the stats, you can tell whether a player is playing good or bad. Believe your eyes, not the numbers. Believe your eyes.
Exactly. The eye test.
It's the defense didn't show up every time we was in the playoff, even in 2016. Dak played enough to have game-winning drive, but who could stop A-Rod? Who couldn't stop A-Rod? Oh. Let me ask you a question. Who was the reason we was down? Who didn't get us a point in
Exactly.
that third quarter of that game when we scored 0?
Why is it always a comeback?
Why is
Why?
it always a comeback? There you go. Y'all want to bring up Dak made it 31 all? Well, I'm not gonna praise the person that set my house on fire for putting the fire out. You're the
They
reason my house
blaming
was
the
on fire in the first place. What am I praise you
they
for putting the fire out for? You
they
were the
blaming the
reason that score was
defense.
like 20-something to 0 or whatever it was. It was a bad score. You took part in that because you got the ball back. You had when A-Rod went and scored, guess who got the ball back? Dak Prescott.
3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3
You
and
got
out.
$140 million wide receiver. You got Ferguson at tight end. Yo, there's plenty of quarterbacks in this league that don't even have that.
How about when
All
we
the kick
had?
field goals.
How
All the
about
kick
when we
field
had?
goals.
How about when we had Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Dalton Schultz all on the field? Like, what are we talking about?
And a rookie Zeke. And
a rookie Zeke with a partner behind him. Like, what? Like, are y'all serious?
And 3 Hall of Famers on the offensive line.
Zeke was actually good his
What?
first two and a half years. Zeke was actually good his first 2.5 years. He led the league
Now,
in rushing his first 2 years.
well,
You'd be surprised how many mock drafts and everybody's taking wide receivers in the first round. It's disgusting, man.
It ain't no disrespect, Miss Majors. I promise I love you, but I hate this analogy. He's our QB, so I'm gonna be a fan. So if your QB is bad, you still gonna root for him regardless? You're not gonna want a new player? You're not gonna want a new quarterback? This is the wrong mentality.
My response to that is then if you're gonna root for any quarterback, then why do you care about Dak so much?
There you go. That's a great point.
If you're gonna root and go down with the ship on any quarterback, then move on from $60 million.
That's root for people.
You can get Mike White off the Jets practice squad then if that's the case.
We had him already.
No, I campaigned all season. Went to war. Went to bat. All for them just to re-sign that mother lover. Golly.
You know, I'm pissed off 30 years. 30
We don't
years.
care about Burrows
I don't care
or
what
Josh
Burrow.
Allen.
I don't care what they do. I don't care about Burrows or Allen. I don't care about them. Why do y'all bring this to the chat? Why do y'all always bring up? They can't get it done either. They are ringless too.
Burrow does not belong in the same conversation as Dak. Burrow has stepped on the football field of a Super Bowl
with a horrible offensive line, horrendous offensive line.
He was one drive away.
He went to the Super
my
Bowl
God.
with a horrendous offensive
If
line.
you don't like this country, move. She just used if you don't like this country, move. Oh my God. Why don't you?
The Dallas standard is you win the Super Bowl or the season is a failure. That's the Dallas standard. And
that's
like
what it should be.
Old-timers like me, yo, I'm pissed off, man. 30 years of nothing. 30 years of excuses. And I get it. It starts at top with the Joneses. They're in the rifle scope. Number one, it's them. But it's just the Dak, you cannot argue with them. You can't. Dak, what would happen if Zeke fumbled 3 times in one game? You guys would be saying, bench him. Any running back we had. Dak can have a 3-4 interception game. Oh, no, just to be excuses. You cannot have any argument with a Dak.
Why would you have an issue with people that want what's best for their team? A new quarterback is what we feel is best for us. Why would you have a problem with that? I don't understand. I don't get it. We've had so many pieces that were Super Bowl. We've had elite talent.
Wasted.
Look what CD did last year. Y'all always compare Dak to guys that at least made it to their division championship. We haven't made it to we ain't sniffed the NFC championship with Prescott, man. Like, come on, y'all. Like, y'all gotta understand. We ain't getting nowhere with him. The man gets in playoff game and throws picks. He throws picks in playoff games every time. A lot of them every time, bro. This man is not elite.
He don't just throw picks. He throw pick sixes. He throw pick sixes in playoff
games.
Our fan base thinks he played great against Green Bay. Our fan base does.
San Francisco when he scored 12 points. Apparently, that's a good game.
It's I don't know, man. You just can't argue with a Dak.
So who would you draft? It don't matter. Develop them. See, y'all ain't say that we got Dak fourth round. Y'all ain't say this.
Look, Sam Darnold is a free agent next year. Go get Sam Darnold. He's a free agent. You don't have to trade anything for him. Minnesota already drafted J.J. McCarthy.
Yep.
Sam Darnold is going to be a free agent next year. After the year he just put up, he's not sitting there. He's not going to be a backup in Minnesota.
No way.
What's wrong? What's wrong
I don't
with
care if you got to
Darnold?
lie. They lie all the time about injuries. You can tell me Dak Prescott tore his ACL on the first snap of OTA and go bring in Sam Darnold and make Dak sit for a year. I don't care.
Bro, they can't fathom starting over, bro. They can't fathom it. They
What
don't
did
understand.
What did I call it? Post-Aikman PTSD. They are so scared to be in the quarterback carousel looking for a quarterback. There's no difference from searching for a quarterback and getting your ass beat
They said
in the
Darnold,
first playoff game.
They said Sam Darnold better than Dak. LOL.
This shit. Oh my god.
It's not even worth.
Argument. What would you bring in now? I don't know, but I do know that this one we can't. Yo, they don't understand. It'll never be.
This
He
is
said,
the same.
Hey, he said, Sam Darnold, what you smoking, man?
What is the difference in Sam Darnold career and Dak Prescott career? What jewelry they got? I don't give a damn about regular season wins.
That's what they're talking about. That's exactly what
I don't give a damn about regular season wins. If you're not wearing hardware, it don't matter. You all in the same boat. You're drafting. If you're not wearing hardware, you're drafting. That's it. We play 17 games a year for draft position. You're not competing for hardware.
Yeah.
We want hardware here. Hardware. Don't care about an NFC East divisional win when you stink it up in the wild card game. At least get me to the NFC Championship game and be competitive. This team is not competitive week in and week out. And in the playoffs, Dak Prescott is not competitive at all.
Yeah. Can't argue.
This team is sloppy, undisciplined. It starts at the top. Jerry Jones bought this team, and he cared about winning because the team was losing money. Remember, I think he said he was losing $1 million a month or something like that. And he needed the team to become successful in order to build the brand so he can make money. Once they got their initial success and the fan base went through the roof and the 90s became all about the Cowboys, it shifted from winning to brand building, maximizing profits.
Absolutely.
And ever since that point, winning has been secondary to putting dollars in pockets.
What slander? We ain't slandering him. We only say what happened.
It's not slander if it's the truth.
We only say what happened. We ain't slandered him. I don't know him personally to slander him. I grade him as a quarterback, and I address him as a quarterback. And
I address what's within the white lines. Within the white lines is what we talk about.
Yeah,
we talk about within the white lines.
I only talk about what I see. I just said a minute ago, I think he'd have won a couple more games. But see, y'all don't hear that. Y'all only hear when we saying we want another quarterback. We don't slander the dude. We just said what we see. He's a decent quarterback. He's not a great quarterback.
Hey,
it's
Fifth.
just simple. And he can't get
below average.
Yeah, Fifth.
And we want another QB. This
you
guy
notice?
About no, we're for the team. You're for Dak. You're for the individual. Sports junkie.
You notice how the chat, when everybody was going in on Micah Parsons and Diggs and Al Harris and all of them, none of this shit.
Nobody gives a damn.
As soon as you mention Dak,
yep,
the holy roller, you can't touch him. You can't speak bad about him. His shit smells like roses, and he can walk on water.
Because 95% of all Dallas like YouTube shows, they talk about Dak every single day. Every show is about Dak. Every show. That's all they talk about. I honestly don't know what they're going to talk about when the day comes that he's off the team.
An hour and a half, y'all gave smoke to everybody else. Linebackers, Parsons, safeties, head coach, lineman coach, everybody got smoked. The moment you flip in the last 20 minutes to Dak, All of a sudden now you can go find a different team.
Yep.
This shit's insane, man. Can we just literally have honest conversations about what we see within the white lines? From sideline to sideline and end zone to end zone, what does the play look like?
If Dak ever got traded, he'd be out of the league in a year. I'm sorry.
And you know what's crazy? They shipped out Kellen Moore, and they said that he would never run the ball. He don't like to run the ball. And this motherfucker going to Philadelphia where they complaining that he run the ball too much. He don't pass the ball.
Yep.
What philosophies is wrong? Because Mike McCarthy said we want to run the ball, and then he doing the same shit Kellen Moore was doing. But then Kellen Moore leaves, and he got a completely different philosophy. So was it Mike McCarthy standing over top of Kellen Moore telling them to pass the damn ball? Or was it Kellen Moore's offense? This is the shit that, like I said, I don't just watch football. I know football. So I see the difference in Kellen Moore's offense where he's running it down his team's throat and he's able to put together an efficient running game in Philly. They didn't even try to run the ball in Dallas. And then you got the same issue. He left, but you still got the same issue. So it wasn't Kellen Moore after all. He was used as a scapegoat for Mike McCarthy's offensive philosophy, which was Aaron Rodgers' backyard football that he won the championship with because Aaron Rodgers at that time was just special.
I mean, Philadelphia, they did go out and they made like probably the best offensive line or one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. They've drafted well on the offensive line. They also went out in free agency, got Mekhi Becton, 6'7", 380-pound, failed left tackle, but I said he didn't have the feet to play left tackle, and Philadelphia put him at right guard. And I said that was a great pickup, and he's just mauling people. Philly has a big-ass O-line, and Barkley's just going off, man.
Because they were intentional. And the reason they built that offensive line like that is because of Jalen Hurts' run ability. They couldn't have people on top of Jalen Hurts because then you can't run your read option and utilize his legs. And as a benefit of building that offensive line, Saquon Barkley might be MVP.
Right.
Philadelphia is also very aggressive on draft day. This past April, they from going up and down, they accumulated for 2025, and we're not talking comp picks. They accumulated 15 draft picks for the 2025 draft.
They got smart.
This is what Dallas needs to do.
They traded out Wentz.
We let the draft come to us.
Hey, OG.
Yeah.
OG. They didn't say who you going to replace Wentz with. They went out and got him.
Right.
Even though it pissed Wentz off and they shipped his ass out, they said this dude is not enough, and they went and got another one.
And he was a first round.
First rounder.
Same shit that they should have done with Dak Prescott, but they fucking fell in love with the bullshit at the beginning. And they got caught up in that fucking contract. Now you fucked now.
I can't believe they did that contract, man.
The good old boy club. Dak Prescott is a good old boy. He's not going to get up there and rock the boat or say nothing crazy.
Right.
He's going to tote the company line.
Yep.
He'll win just enough. 8, 9 games, 10 games a year. That'll keep Jerry happy.
You cover up all his bullshit about the allegations that went on and why he's there. You cover that up, and then you figure out a way to sign him. That shit gonna come back to bite his ass, man. Whatever's came in the dark will come to light for him, man. I don't like how they covering up bullshit for this guy, man.
So I got a question for the panel. If Dak Prescott got $60 million a year, what the hell was his starting asking price?
Right.
What do you think he sat down at the table and started with? If that's a negotiation, let's just say they met in the middle. Unless Jerry just said, what number you want? Here's a check.
Right.
Did he come in there at 65?
I was going to say probably 65 to 70.
Yeah.
So
with Jerry's theory is Jerry rather lose 35 to 28 than win going 10 to 6. He just as long as it's competitive, That's enough to keep the stadium packed. That's enough for all the idiots to go out and buy the jerseys. All these Dallas fans want the Boise State running back Austin Gentry, so they can go out and all buy his jersey. It's a brand. It's a brand. Running backs sell more jerseys than defensive tackles and defensive ends. You know, why does Jerry want every good wide receiver to wear 88? It's a brand, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a joke.
Yeah,
It's a
they
joke.
forced 88 on CD.
Yeah,
They forced that on him.
And they had Michael Irvin coming in and talk to him too.
Oh, gee.
He just told them, shut your mouth, do the right thing, he'll make you a millionaire.
It is a brand. That's what they sell them 88s. That's true.
Yep.
It's a brand.
That's
true.
true.
They want to give think about it. They want to give every great pass rusher 94. They want to give.
I'm surprised they don't put 22 on every running back.
Right. Yeah. Well, they gonna try to do it in this draft when they try to.
Yeah, he wanted 10. Yeah, we know. He didn't want 88. They really had to talk to him. He didn't want that.
Yeah, he wanted 10 because Hopkins. He was a big Hopkins fan.
Yep.
It's a brand, Dallas football. It's a joke. We think about it. Dallas is the most valuable franchise in the NFL, and we've won nothing in 30 years. So as much as we bash him and we hate him, and we know he's wrong, but Jerry is a marketing genius. And he gets the fans. And also, too, I blame our fan base. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't have a conversation with 90% of our fan base. I can't.
It's horrible. It's bad.
I can't. They just make excuses after excuses. You got to say the truth at some point, man. You have to, man. But that's why I made my channel a draft channel. I'm being honest with you. I can't. You know, you just can't argue with the Dak supporters. You can't.
No, it's bad, man. It's bad. Like the way they act, man, it's just pathetic to me, man.
He can do no wrong.
He can do no wrong.
He can't. And he can do no wrong. And we're the few that go against the grain. You have all these other blowjob channels that just praise him and put him on a mantle. And I call them out, man. We say it like it is, man, but we're the minority. But I don't care, man. We still, as long as we preach like it is, eventually people is going to say.
Right.
I'm always going to say how I feel. Always.
Always, yeah.
It don't matter to me how they feel. They can come on. Like I said, my channel is open to anybody. You want to cam up, click the link and get in here and say how you feel. I don't care if you don't agree with me, but I'm not going to get mad and be like, y'all don't like that. Find another team. Right. Oh, if not Dak, then who? Like all that crazy stuff. I don't do that, man. I'm not going to tell nobody to find another team because they want change. If it's for the better. Like what?
Like I said, Danny White went to 3 straight NFC Championship games, and he's considered a bum. If Dak went to 1 NFC Championship
game, God.
This fan base would be saying he's Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer.
Right.
They tried to do the same shit with Romo, and he ain't done nothing.
Listen, for all y'all that's saying, we want to say that for Romo. Do y'all know how Savage feel if Romo go in the Hall of Fame?
I said it. If Romo goes into the Hall of Fame, I will stop watching the NFL. He's not
Romo
even
is not
close.
Hall of Fame, man.
Not even close. I can rattle off 100 legends, 100 warriors that deserve to go into Romo. What the hell did Romo ever get us? Jack shit. He's not a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm sorry. But unfortunately, the Hall of Fame caters to the young crowd, caters to the Swiftie lovers, and they've forgotten about our older warriors that gave their blood and everything. The NFL Hall of Fame is a joke. The WWE Hall of Fame has more credibility than the NFL. Just recently, Chuck Howley, look into it. The only time ever in a Super Bowl where the losing team had the Super Bowl MVP, Chuck Howley, Dallas linebacker versus the Colts. Yeah, too bad this was like 50 years ago. When they went to Chuck Howley's house to tell him he's in the Hall of Fame, he was 10 times worse than Joe Biden. He had no clue. The man is in his 80s, man. When a guy like that has to wait that long to get into the Hall of Fame, There's issues, man. And he had to have his sons accept his award. He couldn't even accept his award. He was that bad from dementia. The Hall of Fame is a joke, man.
It's just like Drew Pearson. They made Drew Pearson wait all that time to get into their hall. No, he should have been in there years ago.
Every year, I felt
Woodson's
so
a Hall of Famer. Darren Woodson's a Hall of Famer. Eric Williams is a Hall of Famer. Nate Newton's a Hall of Famer, bro. Cut the shit, man. Harvey Martin. Harvey Martin had a 29 sack year. But people don't realize quarterbacks didn't count as stats until like the early 80s. 77, when they beat Denver, Harvey Martin had 29 sacks that year and went on to be co-MVP of the Super Bowl along with Randy White. And Harvey Martin is not in the Hall of Fame. It's a joke, man.
This goes back to what I was saying. People watch football. They don't know it. It's different.
We just had Steve McMichael wait 30 years to get into the Hall of Fame. It's a joke. Joe Klecko Joe Klecko, who was all pro at 3 different positions, and he waited 35 years to get into the Hall of Fame. Yet people yet Kelsey's going to get in their first shots. The Hall of Fame caters to all the young kids now.
Yeah, I agree, Bink. I like Holt when he played with the Rams, man. I like him. He should be a Hall of Famer.
Who's that?
I like him. Torrey Holt.
Yeah, there's so many.
I thought he made it. Yeah, he made it.
Dude had like 5-6 consecutive 1,000-yard season, man, with the Rams. Had a gang of them. He was a dog, man.
He's real good. Yeah.
So many
forgotten. I mean, he had like it was more than that. I think he had like I forgot.
So many forgotten.
We're like 9. Yeah, man. So we don't care. You ain't got to worry about that. Ain't no Tony Romo levels over there. It was time for him to go. I wasn't even a Tony Romo fan. My mom hated him. And my mom an old school fan. My mom was 72. She everything come through the Cowboys. And she hated Romo.
Exactly. How can you root for a quarterback that goes to Mexico the week before a playoff game? We're just judging what we see on the field.
What's the girl? What's the blonde that went with him?
Jessica Simpson.
Jessica Simpson. Jason. Yeah. Well, who does that?
We're judging what we see on the field. We're calling an ace and ace.
I think Miles Austin was on that team too.
He was on that team.
Yeah, he was smashing Kardashian. He's a local kid. He's a Jersey kid.
And Everson Walls definitely should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yo, Everson Walls, whenever Dallas, no joke, I'm not lying, I was a kid. Whenever Dallas needed an interception, bro, Everson Walls would come up with a clutch interception. And it's sad, makes me sick that he had to get a Super Bowl ring with the New York Giants.
Yeah, he
did. On top of that, he gave his teammate a kidney, bro. Like
what was
Ron
what was it like 91 that Super Bowl?
No, that was I think 86.
86. Was it
86? He was on that. He was on 86.
That wasn't 86, was it? No, Everson Walls was with the Cowboys till like 89.
No, I think he was.
Yeah, it was like 81 to like 89 or something like that.
No, Everson Walls was around in the 70s, late 70s. He came in right after we beat Denver. When we looked.
Everson Walls, the safety.
Oh, he was a cornerback. I'll look it up right
now.
No,
Everson Walls, he's only like 64, 65 maybe. I think he won that Super Bowl that was in like 91 with the Giants.
He played against the Steelers. I think that was the Steelers when they played them Super Bowls against.
No, it was that 91 Super Bowl was like the Bills and the Giants, right?
I don't know.
Hold on, look right now.
Yeah,
he's pretty good safety. Yeah,
he was a corner.
Everson Walls and the Cowboys like through the whole 80s.
Yeah,
I know. I'm young, but I know a little something.
What you see, Savage? What
you're
you
right.
looking at?
He led the league in interceptions 81, 82, 85, and he got. You're right. He got
okay. I knew
he got a ring in 91 with the Giants.
Okay, yeah, I know a little something.
Wait a minute.
3-time All-Pro. He was All-Pro. Yo, but like I said, 82, 83, 85. And like I said, man, he would come up whenever you needed an interception, bro. He came up with it. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, here we go. You don't want your flawed logic challenged. Nobody on this team been here 30 years. I don't care who the personnel is. Jerry is the problem. Do you think Patrick Mahomes will win us a Super Bowl? Wait,
Jerry gets smoked too. Everybody gets smoked.
Everybody gets smoked.
Yeah, Jerry ain't exempt.
Let me ask you something. Don't you know Pat Mahomes won Super Bowl with less of talent than we had?
Right.
Miss Matrix, if Dak Prescott was on the Chiefs last year, how many games do they win?
Shit. About 4 or 5.
Yeah, pretty much.
If Mahomes,
name me one wide receiver from the Chiefs last year.
If Chicago had drafted Mahomes, do you think the Bears would repeat? See, just the problem you missing. The Bears wouldn't have the talent we had. That's what you're missing. You're missing the talent on both sides of the ball. We held San Fran to 19 when they was clocking 30 plus on everybody. You're missing the talent part. Let's not talk about Chicago. Why y'all always go outside the house when we have an argument in the kitchen? Why y'all always go outside the screen for? Y'all go on the porch so everybody can hear. We have an argument in the
wide receiver last year.
We have an argument in the living room, TV on, heater on.
Keep it in the locker room, man. Keep it in the locker room.
And you want to go outside. It's not no, he wouldn't have won because he didn't have that talent. We're talking about the talent we had. Dak had more talent than Pat Mahomes had in a couple of Super Bowls.
Oh, by far.
Especially defensively. Don't get me started with that. When our defense did their job versus San Fran, Prescott could not even get 20 points with talent.
You know with Juju Smith-Schuster.
With a round seven running back, Isaiah Pacheco out of Rutgers.
With a round 7,
we had a number 4 overall, Zeke. What did Dak get us?
Dak,
like I said, name me.
He fucked that up too.
All the Chiefs.
They had a good team.
Name me a Chiefs wide receiver last year. You can't.
It was Juju. That was about it.
He done got outplayed by Brock Purdy twice, 4 times.
Right.
4 times.
Brock Purdy, Miss Matrix.
Brock Purdy.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yo, that's humbling, bro. Go
back and watch my stream the week of that playoff game. I was going at it with Corner. I told Corner, Brock Purdy not finna come in our stadium and beat Dak. Go watch the live stream when me and Corner was going. I was telling him Dak finna shine on Brock Purdy. I was on Dak's side. I said, ain't no way Brock Purdy finna come in here and outplay Dak. I was on Dak's side. And what happened?
Yo, San Fran is the prime example of find a quarterback. They just next man up. Next. He ain't it. Next. He ain't it.
Hold up on second. Ma'am, once we go on the field and you got some of the best talent in the NFL, screw what the organization has done. When we between them lines and your side is better than their side, it's up to you to put up points. We know what Jerry is, but let's not take away the fact that he's a symbol of some of the best talent in the past 9 years for Dak Prescott. You name an offense that was as efficient and as dominant as we had in 2016 and 2017 and 2018. You name a team that had 3 receivers that was almost at 1,000 yards. You name a team that had 2 running backs that was almost at 1,000 yards. You name a team 2 years ago that held San Fran to 19. You name
these people got to stop watching ESPN, man.
Before you talk
these are all ESPN talking points.
And first taking all that shit.
You tell me what the players.
These are all ESPN talking points, man.
You tell me what the players.
We're one of the few channels, the few podcasters who.
She definitely brought
it is. Say it like
they don't understand. They don't understand. Dak Prescott is getting old, man. Injury after injury after injury.
Hold up. I like this comment. Was that the only thing that went wrong in San Fran? You see your problem? You saying, was that the only thing? There was a chance to be one of the best teams in the league at that time, and our defense did what they were supposed to do. These opportunities don't come around like that. You got a team that went 12-5, and they got to one of the best teams in the league in the playoff, high-scoring team, and our defense said, nope, not today. Our quarterback finna send y'all home. I can't say what's going to happen next week, but this week, y'all ain't doing what y'all do on everybody else. And our defense stood on that with 19 points. These are the high points that matter when it comes to this. So, yes, we're going to talk about that one game because there was a big chance that your quarterback had a chance to shine and prove that if he had help from a defense and a good offense, that he can get us where we need to go. And he
scored 12 points.
So that's
12 points.
about that San Fran game because that's the most important one. Screw all the times you took your girlfriend on a date. Screw all the times y'all went to the movies. When you got in the room and she dropped her drawers and you couldn't get hard, that's what we talking about. You screwed the pooch when you was at the finish line. That's what we talking about.
And the 3 years in a row we were 12 and 15. I'm still waiting to hear for a good team that we've beaten. We didn't.
12 and 5.
Yeah, 12 and 5. I apologize. We went 12 and 5 for 3 years in a row and beat nobody.
Nobody.
And I've been saying this and getting hate on it. But I'm okay with being that guy, man. I'm okay.
No,
But
nobody said Dak didn't have talent last year or the year before that or the year before that. Nobody blamed Jerry Jones for not bringing in talent. And now all of a sudden it's no talent around him. This shit is insane, man.
Caffrey down. Our defense said, no, not today, bro. They gave it to Dak. They handed it to him. You talk about this game we're going to talk about, that was our chance.
You talk about defenses back-to-back led the league in turnovers.
We had our window, and our quarterback couldn't finish. Y'all,
they act like the defense is going to stay on the field the whole game and they're not getting no turnovers. That's bullshit.
Listen,
guys
you can go out and get two more monsters at wide receiver. The Dak fans are going to say, oh, but Dak doesn't have a running back. Go out and get a running back. Then the Dak fans are going to say, but we have no offensive line, but we have no defense. It's
Dak Prescott needs the 1985 Bears, the 2000 Ravens defense in order to win. They got to be in single digits. They got to have single digits in order for them to win.
Yeah.
Because Dak Prescott can't score 20 points in a playoff game. When your defense shut down one of the best offenses in the league, 2 years in a row.
Do you know what Dak Prescott is in that press box? Because he's trying to figure out coverage. You can't read coverages. He's trying to figure out how to beat you. That's why he's in that fucking press box. He has in trouble trying to fucking beat a good defense. That's why he was up there in that press box.
And year 9.
And that's what that's about.
Year 9.
And year 9.
It's mental with him.
The problem with Dak, it doesn't matter if he can read the defense or not. His footwork is so fucking bad.
Yeah. I gotta agree with you on that one.
His accuracy is horrible because of that.
Right.
This dude overshoots flats. A pass to the flat is 5 yards over the receiver's head.
Yep.
Because his footwork is so fucking bad.
Miss Major, the answer is to move on. That's the answer, is to move on.
It might be Sam Darnold. It might be Joe Smith in the 6th round of the fucking draft. We don't know because they don't go out and try. They don't go try.
I would throw a late third-day pick at Dylan Gabriel from Oregon. Absolutely, I would.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
You know how many teams are mad at their quarterback when they had opportunities and they wanted them gone? We the only fan base that will make an excuse for why we need to keep. Bro, our defense did what they supposed to do against San Fran, a high-scoring team. We did what we were supposed to do defensively. Have our defense messed up? Yes, we messed up at times. But when we find how with one of the best records in the league, number 1 turnover defense in the league, all Dak had to do was get us 20 points. This man throws pick sixes in playoff games. What is wrong with y'all?
If you that quarterback,
the same thing.
If you that quarterback, when your defense is off, you step up.
You have to step up, of course.
Right.
You have to be that quarterback.
Listen, uncensored, you said it the best, man. Dak needs the 85 Bears or the 2001 Ravens defense to win a championship.
It's not gonna happen, man.
He needs that plus 3 wide receivers and a running back.
He needs all pros at every position to be successful. Dak Prescott has been here for 9 years. I cannot name one player that he has made play above their average.
Right.
Everybody makes that
about Miss May. I don't give a damn about Josh Allen. He can't get it done either. We don't care who give him excuses. This is Cowboys Dak Prescott.
Go to a Bills.
Wait. Y'all always talk about y'all for the team. Why would we do that? Y'all bring up quarterbacks. We talking about what's best for our team, and y'all go for the quarterbacks. Why
is it okay for us to bash everyone? But once Dak comes up, Oh, forget about it.
He don't give a damn about Josh Allen. He ain't getting it done neither. But that ain't our team. That ain't our job. That's the Bills' job. That's that fan.
Right.
I don't care about no quarterback that can't win it all. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, can't none of them get to the big one. It don't matter to me. Dak in the same box. You can't win the ring. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, they
Exactly.
all. I don't care. That don't mean nothing to me. Get them gone.
There's no moral victory.
I don't even care how much talent he got, bro. He can't get it done. So in my book, y'all all in the same category. What you say? Uncensored? Stats are for losers.
Look, winners talk records, losers talk stats.
Tom
Brady, we talk about his Super Bowl record. We don't talk about how many passes he threw in the Super Bowl. We talk about the record because he won. Winners talk about their record. Losers talk about their stats.
There were no moral victories in football. There were no moral victories in a boxing match. There's no moral victories in a fight. Either you win or you lose. And like I said, I'm showing my age, but the Dallas standard is you win a Super Bowl.
No, Miss Mason, you missing the point. What I said was other fan bases are okay when they're ready to move on from their quarterback. When other quarterbacks screw up, they fan base. It's Baltimore fans that are ready for Lamar Jackson to go. And he's a 2-time MVP. It's plenty of fans ready for Lamar Jackson to go.
I wouldn't blame him because he ain't done shit either. Nobody care about.
Don't care. They want to get him gone. He can't get it done. But when it comes to us, though, oh man, we ain't gonna have Dak, and who we gonna have? I hate that. Man, you know how many players we done went through? Could you imagine how fans felt when Emmett left? Could you imagine how fans felt when Michael Irvin left? Troy Aikman? It happens. Players come and go. When their time is done, it's done. I hated to see Emmitt Smith in that Arizona jersey.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I hated when they didn't pay DeMarcus Ware. But you know what? If you feel a player ain't producing on your end, you get rid of them. That's how the league works. Y'all hanging on the Dak so long. What is wrong with y'all as fans? It's crazy.
Dak Prescott ain't gonna be around forever anyway. This is a hill they dying on for no reason. He's gone anyway.
And he's going
This is his last contract. You got him for 4 more years, if that. This is it anyway. You got to move on. In the next 2 to 3 years, you got to find your replacement either way. You might as well start right now. Why do you have to see the belt in the tire to know it's time to go get
right?
Both of our backup quarterbacks are free agents. So we're going to have to throw a late rounder at a quarterback, day 3, or I mean, I don't know. Are they going to re-sign Cooper Rush? Are they going to re-sign Trey Lance? They're both free agents.
Oh, I like that, Banks. I like that, man. I like that comment, bro.
It's just games Jerry play. It's games he's playing for many, many years.
You win the Super Bowl or your season was a failure. I'm sorry.
That's the goal. That is the goal.
I'd rather go 0-17 than even go to the Super Bowl and lose as a Dallas Cowboy.
You saw what they were saying on my channel, and I hate it, man. I like Sports Junkie, my dude. But when you say, how you gonna say that, man? Dak Prescott was MVP runner-up. Oh, okay.
He got 1 vote. He got 1 vote.
He had.
They make it seem like it was close. He got 1 vote out of 50.
Vote.
Out of 50, he got 1.
That's like saying you're in a boxing match and you won 1 round out of 10 rounds.
Exactly.
It's a joke.
Technically, you're the runner-up. You're the runner-up.
Yeah, I won 1 round out of 12 rounds. So
it's a disingenuous argument because they know he got 1 out of 50 votes. But because nobody else got 1, he's the runner-up.
Right.
Dak Prescott is a good fantasy football quarterback because he's great for garbage time points. I'll give you that. I will give you that. He's great with getting you a touchdown in the last 60 seconds. He's great at fantasy. And against good teams, he falls apart. And that's not guys talking shit. That's facts. It's facts. It's plain to see. He walks out onto the field. I joke around and said Dak's contract should have been where it's mandatory. He has to smoke a joint or take a Valium before the game. He has to calm down, bro. He falls apart mentally in big games.
Oh my God!
This
This is my last comment, and I'm not reading no more. This one is crazy.
What they said?
31 other. I'm not gonna get angry. She said 31 other QBs are losing. Like you can just stop right there. It ain't even no need to read the rest of it.
We're not worried about that other shit. We're worried about the Cowboys.
31 other QBs are. You see that? That is so crazy to say.
What?
These fans, they are out of here.
God
That don't even
damn,
make sense.
This man.
What that
That
got to
don't
do
make
with
no
us?
sense. But
What
there's not 31 other quarterbacks losing. Patrick Mahomes isn't losing.
That's like your wife telling you, baby, I want a new car. You like, why? You like, man, them girl down the street got a new car. I don't care.
Right.
What they got to do with you?
And people wonder why our fan base is hated.
She said 31 other QBs are losing. Oh my God.
We're not the 31 other teams. We are the Dallas Cowboys. What
and
don't
they keep
you
saying they for the
understand?
team. She said,
What
let's
don't
move
you
on.
understand?
She said, let's move on and get the same result. Okay, don't bother me. Let's move on and get the same result. You see that? How you know it's going to be the same result? That's you responding as a Dak fan. That's you.
What's the definition of a
9 years of the same? I'm sorry.
Go ahead, OG. No, go ahead, OG. Go ahead, OG.
9 years of the same shit. It's like I'm recycling.
Definition of insanity,
like,
man.
How much more y'all need to see to realize that we ain't shit with him. We suck. So I hate to say that that I'm happy he got hurt, but it was a blessing in disguise, but so we can maybe go out and pick somebody in this draft to come in and challenge him if Trey Lance is not the guy. People are scared to move on. They are scared they're scared to go get a new car. They're scared to make moves to say, okay, hey, this guy's better than Dak Prescott. Okay, let's move on. Let's see something different. We may get lucky with drafting. We may get lucky to draft a guy that can play. All the other teams they did not hit on drafting a number two guy. But we got to be careful when we say that. So bring somebody in here that can get his ass out of the way and say, look, we made the right choice. I'm tired of this waiting. We're waiting for something to happen. It's not going to happen with him. So they need to work and realize it's time to move on.
And I can understand the fans that don't want to move on. If he had 4 rings, if he had 2 rings, but what are you afraid to move on from? He's won nothing. What's there to be afraid?
They would have an argument even if he got and was very competitive in the NFC Championship. I can see a little bit of an argument.
Right.
She said,
but he hasn't sniffed it.
She said there's 32 other teams, smart guy. Pat is only one. How many of those 32 other teams has had the talent that Jerry Jones has assembled for Dak Prescott? You still missing the talent part. You still thinking about just Dak. You're missing the talent. How many of those other 31 teams you say are losing? Those 31 other quarterbacks are losing. How many of them have had the defense and offense that Prescott had on 12-5, on 13-3, on 10-6? How many other teams have had as many offensive Pro Bowlers than us, defensive Pro Bowlers than us, teams that had cornerbacks breaking interceptions? Like, how many of those have broke records like the Dallas Cowboys? Name me a team that had wide receivers like us, offensive line like us, running backs like us, cornerbacks like us, linebackers. Name them. So them other 131 quarterbacks you say are losing, did they have the same talent we had? Or did they lose because they suck and their team suck? Because we've had all pros all over the field on multiple years. Offensive line crazy. Defense crazy. Number 1 in takeover. You name them 31 teams that did what we did. And she said the Eagles. Do the Eagles not have a Super Bowl in the last 5 years? Yes or no? Yes. So why is you naming them? They won a Super Bowl when they had talent. They won a Super Bowl when they had talent, Miss Matrix.
And they've been to one recently.
And they did it. And they did it with who? Did they do it with their number 1 pick? No, they didn't. They did it with Nick Foles.
Backup.
Why? Because the talent around them. Why? Because he used the talent around him like he was supposed to. What Dak can't do, you're making a bad argument right now. The Eagles, yeah, they had that talent, and guess what they did? They won with it. They won with it.
They were so talented, they won with a backup.
What a backup! What are you talking about?
A journeyman backup. He was all over the league and
they
came
didn't
back.
even do it with their first rounder. Don't you know some Eagle fans were sick when Wentz went out? Then at the end of the year, they was crying because they won the Super Bowl with a backup.
Right. Yep.
That lets you know when it's time to move on. When they won their Super Bowl, Eagles were like, "Oh man, we don't need this man."
Right.
They gave up a lot to get Wentz.
Man, how much
they
money
got rid of Wentz.
How much money did the Broncos eat from that from what's it called contract? What that boy name that just left the Broncos?
Russell Wilson.
How much money
over 100 million? I think it was over 100 million.
Yeah.
The fans said, "Get him out of here."
You sure did. And guess
what did they do? And what did they do? They went out and got their future franchise quarterback.
Yep. Yes, they did.
You eat it and move on.
I'm not going to argue about the Eagle fan. Who's going to win every year?
I'm shocked, though, we never went after Sean Payton, though. That did shock me, though.
Even Tom Brady.
We don't know if they went after him. Sean Payton could have said, "The hell with Dallas. I'm not coming to that dysfunctional bullshit."
Right.
We don't know the conversations behind the scenes. Bill Belichick might go, "There ain't no way in hell I'm gonna come take my record." In Dallas.
And deal with his bullshit.
Everybody thinks that everybody want to come play for Dallas because this is.
They don't.
There are plenty of players that are like, I wouldn't go down there and touch that bullshit for nothing.
Yeah,
even a lot of free agents. A lot of free agents don't even want to come to Dallas.
They don't want to come to this team.
Too much showboating. Too much bullshit. No accountability.
Dallas is not a team. It's 53 individuals wanting to be their own brand.
We're gonna get our last thoughts in and we're gonna finish it. Overshown, I hate what happened. I think his career done, in my opinion. Yeah. He might come back, he'll never be the same. Like we probably never got to see his potential.
So sad.
He probably should have been at safety. The Cowboys is the only team that bring you in and put you somewhere. He probably could have been a better at safety. This is my last time, and I promise y'all, on this channel, until that man step back on the field having a discussion about Dak, I'm not doing it again. This is my last one. Until Dak is back on that field playing and showing y'all he's the same quarterback that he's been. With I don't know why y'all think he's gonna come back and be better. This is my last time. This dude is done. He's done. Trey Lance probably should have been playing week 5.
Yep.
Dak is done. We should have seen what we got out this fourth. We gave him a 4th round. Jerry is so pathetic.
Wasted 4th
He's
round.
Done. We just watched Cooper Rush stank it up since Dak has been gone. He stink. He stink. Dak stink. We have no quarterback. We have no linebacker. Rico Dowd, I don't know what they're gonna do with him. Who's gonna be our number 2 next year? We have no safeties. Terrence Steele. Defensive front is atrocious. There's so many spots on this team. It's pathetic. And Miss Matrix is cool. Yeah, we can agree on that. And look, this disagreement don't mean nothing. Because the guys you see me on here now, we all go with it. It's never personal. We don't never take it past this channel. I promise you. You can come on here tomorrow. We can have a whole different conversation. It's never personal. So in my opinion, I hate we stuck with this quarterback this many years. But the bad thing about it, the fans gonna make excuses every year. Every year. From here, they're gonna make excuses every year. Like I said, I hate what happened to Overshown. Probably a promising kid, but honestly, you direct your knees like that, it's over, man. The burst will never be there. What you call him? Since Jalen Smith dropped foot, he had one decent season with Vander. It was over, man. Yep. It was over. Savage, give us your closing, man.
I said the same thing about Overshown. I think his career is over. I also said safety or put on 25 pounds and stay at linebacker. But I looked at him as a safety because he played safety at Texas. But one knee injury is tough enough. 2, you're not going to see him on the field. He's going to attempt to come back in 2026. It sucks to see this happen to a young kid. It's okay for us to, give our opinion on every other player, our GM, our owner. But the second we bring up anything on Dak, we get attacked. Dak can do no wrong. So it's a waste of time trying to, it's like shoveling shit. There's a saying, shoveling shit against the tide, trying to have a conversation with Dak lovers. It is what it is. And, hopefully we can I don't want to pay Dak because we're like 3-4 drafts from getting the proper talent we need. We have no defensive tackles. We have no edges. We have no linebackers. We have no safeties. The offensive line need help. We have no running backs. Why make the quarterback the highest paid in the NFL when you have that many holes? Does that make any sense? And I'm done.
Wow. Our sister, give me your closing, man.
So I'm just gonna do a quick rundown of this team by position. We got no safeties. I'm gonna treat the cornerbacks like a game of spades. We got one in the possible. We got no linebackers. We got no defensive tackles. We got undersized edge rusher. Sam Williams, we don't know what he's going to be coming back from his ACL. We got no right tackle. We got no right guard. We got a possible, and we got a bus tackle. We got no running backs, and we got one and maybe a possible at tight end. And we got no quarterback. So my opinion is that this team needs to be a fire sale after the season, and you need to accumulate as many draft picks as possible. The fans need to wake up and realize that this is 3 to 4 years of bad football we about to see. And you got to accumulate picks until you can get enough to overhaul this entire team once you are out underneath the $60 million man.
Yep.
And until you can just accumulate picks and say in 2-3 years, Dak contract is able to be eaten, then you can start drafting talent for the next guy that's going to come in here, because otherwise it's going to be wasted. The person I feel the worst for is CeeDee Lamb, because you can tell he cares, because he looked at Dak like this fuck about
the truth. It's the truth.
And he just literally sitting there. You can see his shoulders go down, his arms around his side. Like, this dude does not have it. He just doesn't. And it's okay. Dak Prescott is a decent football player against bad football teams. He's not a bust. He's had a good career. It's time to out pasture and move on. You got these people. I don't care what position they play. You got to move on before you see the belt in the tire. When the tread, if you ever go to a tire shop and you go to put air in your tire, and they come over and they look at your tires, and what's the first thing they're gonna do? Yo, your tread's slow. You should probably come in and get some new tires. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna push it off. The next thing you know, you're on the highway sitting on the side of the road because you got a flat. The tread, instead of changing them out early, you got to move on from these players. And I think that everybody should have a for sale sign. And the sad part is, Brandon Aubrey is probably your best trading option.
Yeah.
Your kicker is probably your most valuable trade option right now.
God dang, man.
I bet you can get a second rounder for Brandon Aubrey right now. I guarantee you can get a second rounder for Brandon Aubrey.
Easily.
That is fucking horrible. The kicker is your most valuable weapon. And until this team shifts its focus, go ahead.
A lot of times, how many times this year did Big Mike play for the field goal?
They do it all the time as soon as they pass the 50-yard line. Troy Aikman was saying it on the broadcast the other time. Is he is their insurance weapon, insurance ticket, that when they get past, they go conservative.
Yeah,
that's why Mike McCarthy's offense is built from the first down marker forward instead of beyond. On the field, because it's like, don't make it bad on Brandon Aubrey. Get to the 40 and we good.
Yeah.
And because the offense don't spread the field, there's nothing dynamic about it. There's no routes. They don't try to set up natural pick and rub routes. They don't try to plan like they did for, like the Bengals did for Chase. They schemed and said, Chase is about to light these dudes up. And we're going
Yeah.
to pick a cornerback every single play, and we're going to target that cornerback and get him up. They tried every single cornerback we had on our team on Chase, and he got him. Every single cornerback.
And with a horrible offensive line, they were running the ball.
Right. Nah, for real, I appreciate all that. OG, man, unmute yourself and give me your final thoughts for the night, man.
OG fell asleep.
No, he woke. He just unmuted himself. OG, we don't hear you.
Hear me?
Say it again.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Now we can.
Okay. My final thoughts is you gotta start with it. You gotta get a coach in here, man. You know that can demand some accountability. Parsons, lock his ass up and tell him, look, man, your podcast, you doing with Diggs and all that shit, shut down. This shit is like high school shit. They think they doing that. They think they're in high school and continue to do these immature things that they do. Nobody's held accountable. Everybody can do what they want. You know, they got Diggs running out here after the game, cussing their reporters. You got Carson running his mouth. You got Lamb acting the fool. You got all these players are not held accountable. You ain't got no hard nose. You know, nobody to hold them accountable and set their ass on the bench when they mess up. So Jerry comes out, he runs his mouth about Bill. Bill don't want to come here to deal with your mouth. He don't want to deal with your control, your bullshit. It's gonna be hard to bring somebody in here that wants to deal with him so he can push over. He want to push over everybody. He want to continue to do his same little things he want to do for 30 years. He came up with a great scheme to use Jimmy for his Super Bowls and get money back in return for 30 years of not caring about bringing a coach in here that's hard-nosed. So the coach comes in here that wants to say, not a yes man coach, we're going to continue to go down the line with this Jerry Jones in his games. I saw that for 30 years, and I really saw the true colors when they put Trey Lance out there on the field, took him out, put him in and took him out. All this shit is to fuck with you. That right there, that showed me and other fans that this guy don't care about winning. He just care about the reviews, running his ass down at the end of the game. He's the owner, the GM, he's the sports announcer, he's the coach, he's a massage therapist, he's a physical therapist. He is in control of everything. And until they can bring a coach in here that will stand up to Jerry and say, look, I'm sorry, but during draft day, this is my war room. I'm sorry, I cannot coach your team. You know, I can't deal with your shit. This went on for too many years. And let me run this team the way I want to run this team. But McCarthy was a setup. He was a fall guy because he know that he would be pushed over and pushed down and ran over like a tractor trailer, running over to do what he needs to do and in control. Because there's no accountability on this team at all. These players, you see it. Parsons walks off the fucking field yesterday. No accountability. Your ass should not be playing. You should have got, first of all, you should have got fined yesterday. We should have saw some fine shit come out today. Parsons got $10,000 by the Dallas Cowboys. Hit his ass in the pockets. His ass won't be able to play the next game. Nope, you run up, you're doing this stuff. Your ass ain't gonna play. This is, you know what? Mike McCarthy don't got that. So until we bring somebody in here that can have a good coaching staff, even if you don't want to keep Al Harris, that's fine. Bring some guys in here that are young, that won't take no bullshit from him, and that's the bottom line. Until we see Mike McCarthy get fired in January, at the beginning of January after the playoffs, we know there's a slight bit of chance of Jerry giving up something. We know that there may be some change. But like I said, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hate on, I'm not going to hate on all the players, but there's no accountability from the coach. So we're going to continue to see this bullshit for this next 3 or 4 games we got left. This right here is who's coming back and who's staying. You know, like I said, whoever's coming back, Y'all better come back with a grudge on your shoulders. Y'all got y'all ass whooped. You got beat down. You got clout. You got every game. We saw this out on the field. So don't bring your punk ass out here on the media and say, well, hey, it was a good game. I got to do better and all this shit. No, y'all stay out the fucking media. We don't want to hear shit or hear from y'all. We don't want to see no tweets. We don't want to see no damn no love letters. We don't want to hear shit from y'all. Only thing that we want to see some more. We want to see some guys that want to be here. If you ain't want to be here, get the fuck out of this. Get the fuck away from us, and stop trying to fool us with your bullshit. Dak, you're done here. We're tired of your bullshit. We done gave you grace for 9 years. Grace for 9 years. We keep saying the same shit over and over and over. You have used this team as your scapegoat. You threw everybody under the bus. From everybody from Dez all the way up to everybody. You done threw Cole Beasley on the bus, and you done threw Owens under. You done threw everybody that came in here that supported you. But then we got to deal with your shit. That's done. So, hopefully we'll see some change in this draft. I don't know. Free agency is done because of his contract, the most dumbest contract in franchise history. He is keeping Cooper Rush on the field to say, oh, look, we do need Dak Prescott. No, you're not fooling me again. You're not fooling me with this bullshit. You can fool the other guys that love Dak, but you're not fooling me in the show. We know what you're doing. And you're trying to say, well, I made the right decision. That's what he gonna come out and say. And we're trying to training camp. Say, well, I made the right decision to keep Dak Prescott. Oh, it's working out good. He's looking good. He's throwing good. His footwork's good. Bullshit. Don't let that bullshit media fool you, because he's been fooling us for 30-something years. He's gonna continue to do that until he gets the grave and he's buried. And then that's point blank. So that's my final word, and that's my thoughts. Look for the bullshit in between the lines, because whatever is hidden in the dark will come to light with Jerry Jones and his fucking lies, and I'm out.
Appreciate you. OG. Cowboys play Sunday, December 15th at 12 noon. I don't even know if that game will be on TV or not. But nonetheless, if it is, I'll probably go live first half. I don't know. I might do Freaky Friday. I don't know yet. I appreciate you, Savage, for coming on, brother.
You got it, man.
OG. Much love and respect to the chat.
Take care,
Charlene,
brothers.
Brando,
Good night,
Brad,
everybody.
Vince, everybody,
Love
man.
everybody.
All y'all. Miss Matrix.
It's all love, Miss
Hope you
Miss
come back.
Matrix. It's all love.
Yeah,
It's always
just
love.
conversation. Nothing
Just
personal.
conversation. Salute to all y'all, man. We out, y'all. Peace.
Peace. Have a good night. Love you.
All right, OG. Peace out.
All right, bye. All right.